maybe a little one.
Welcome to the automated introduction service. Please make your selection followed by the pound sign. Press 1 for whimsy. Press 2 for drunken shouting. Press 3 for... You have selected 616. Kawaii Illuminati continuation story. Error, no such thing exists. There is no Illuminati. Thank you.
Easy geese, and welcome to the Pot Topic Podcast. I'm your host, Tom. With me, I have other hosts. We have Chris, Howitzerbug.
Hello.
We have Taz.
You don't have all of me. You've got part of me. I'm somewhere else.
Yeah,
the rest of you's leaking all over my shoes. It's quite.
It's the problem. Like when you spend your days in as a homunculus, like you kind of have to patch
Guys,
it.
before I even finished introducing the host, the whimsy starts. This is not on. I will not stand for this. I will sit for it.
Well, as you're sitting.
Hooray!
And we do also have Captain Sickbeard, Dom.
Hello.
All right, Dom.
All right.
On this podcast, there will be no whimsy, and we have two pots.
I'm
three
leaving.
pots.
Oh, Tom, if there's no whimsy, I've got fucking nothing for you today. I've got nothing for you.
To be honest, I'm just going to sit here and do my I don't like whimsy bit because I've got no energy to do anything else.
You'll love my additions to the host spot.
And listeners are in for a treat. So we've got, pots aplenty from the community, the hosts, and audio topics. Throw them in at random, pull them out at random, something like that, and then talk.
Yeah.
Whilst drinking whiskey.
What a wicked sum up of the show.
Something. We do something.
Yes.
Whiskey.
Talking of the whiskey, Chris.
I bought. I've been told it's pronounced bullet bourbon, but I still want to call it Boulier.
I always call it bourbon.
Bourbon.
No, like the
bourbon,
biscuit.
like biscuit.
Yeah, I always get it wrong. So, violent
Bit
one.
of after splash as well. Isn't it?
Bloody good pop, sir. Bloody good pop.
So, what we all been up to? Who wants to go first?
I hurt.
You heard?
I hurt. For a number of reasons. But last week just gone, we've had a new show come in. So I've been living at the theatre again for the week. So I hurt because of that a little bit. But then I also hurt because yesterday we went to see Haker.
Yeah, we did.
And that's why my voice kind of cuts out above a certain tone or level, because I did plenty of shouting and screaming
And plenty of drinking.
and saying oi and headbanging, and there was drinking, and there was most importantly there was Haken, and most lovely there was a hug.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yeah,
Hug from the guitarist.
Ooh.
Richard Hen. It was just sort of, because I've been hanging around going to gigs since the beginning, I'm just sort of a recognised face, but I haven't seen them personally in a number of years, because they started taking the headline spots. They weren't coming out front, because they would usually like play a support position and then they'd come hang out in the audience afterwards.
That's good ball.
But I don't know. But I guess they do whatever they do before a gig, and then if they're headlining, there's no time. Mm-hmm. But he was just outside at the ticket line, and I turned around. It was nice to be recognised and hugged and have a quick chat, and sort of briefly bumped into his reasonably new son. That was lovely.
Yeah, that's
very
cool.
sweet.
Oh,
That was a fucking good gig, man.
Oh mate, there was a good one. I still can't believe this was your first time seeing Haken.
Yeah, as I'd said to you yesterday, like, the reason why I've put off going to a Hagen gig is I've not enjoyed any of the most recent albums as much as I enjoyed the first one I listened to, Aquarius. So I've been like, and they tend to tour with that album that they've just released. Yeah. So it's a case of, well, yeah, I could go see them, but it won't be as good. But this one was the 10-year anniversary, which I knew they were going to be playing a mix, and I loved the most recent album as well. So it was just right, give this a chance. And then they played a shitload of everything.
Yes, including a medley of the entire first album.
My favourite one.
Yes, brilliant.
But more importantly, discovered a new band. Mm-hmm. They were supported by The Algorithm, which I just blared at you for a bit there, Chris.
Yes.
Oh shit, I need to bring up the description that they made of themselves. Oh, I say they because it's one dude.
Is it?
Yeah. I think it's a session drummer.
Oh, really?
I think it's just the producer, but bear with me 2 seconds. Do you want to talk about them for a bit? I'll bring it up.
Yeah, well, they were pretty good. I mean, Tom's going to sort of wrap it all up in a nutshell in a second, but the first support was a band called Next to None, which, were fine. It was very much, I don't know, if you imagine somebody who sounds like Brian Malco from Placebo, fronting...
I wouldn't even go that far.
Fronting a band that most of the time sounded a bit like Iron Maiden, but would then solo like Dream Theater. Well, only not as good.
Weird.
Yeah, I mean, they were fine.
They were 12-year-olds with an amazing keyboard stand.
Yes.
Really good breakdowns, decent breakdowns, but with emo-ass lyrics that were just like, my heart bleeding, why did you go, all this death, bollocks. And it's just like, right, okay.
But it was, in fact, the end of their gig provided one of my favourite moments of the entire night, which was, it was like classic ending song. It's got the big bow, bow, and just like the drummer is smashing the fuck out of his kit with each note as in coming up to the end. He does a huge hit and then reaches for the cymbal that he hit to mute it.
Yes.
Knocks it a little bit. Reaches for it a bit as it goes. It falls over, so he stands up, gives it the finger, sits back in time to hit the last note.
No, what? Actually, no, there's a little preceding bit to that because he was going hell for leather midway through that song and it fell over as he hit it. And then the tech had to run on stage, stand it back up. So at the end, it was actually he threw it over and flipped it off because he was pissed off the fact it fucked up his set. That was quite funny. And then there was the big shout as soon as the guitars finished. Some bloke stood next to us who was clearly the same age, went, "How old are you?" It's nice little American kids that were on stage. But yeah, The Algorithm, I put that. What the fuck, phasered wobble bass. Sounds like XK chiptune plus gent plus jungle. And they describe themselves quite perfectly, and every single word of this makes sense. Progressive dark synth wave, post avant-garde, neo glitch, IDM metal. It's my favourite genre. So yeah, no, they were really fucking good.
Yeah, no,
He was good.
They're well worth checking out.
French dudes.
Yep. So they're also Doctopus.
Yeah, we've worked out there's one band in France.
Yeah.
And they make all our good music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't allow for any more goodness to come out of France because I know I'm English and I feel I need to be racist to somebody.
Might as well be them cunts.
Yeah. They tend to take it good-naturedly.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's all I've done for the last 2 weeks, really.
Yeah, I mean, yes, work, and then a gig. Hang on, what happened? Oh, yeah, no, I went to see Devon Townsend Projects.
Well, you went to go see him, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Was he not there?
It was. I saw him. It was all right. I was just not I'm not the hugest fan of Devon. It's not something I ever turn off. But
you are a massive fan of alcohol.
I did get very drunk. I did get very, very drunk. The last thing,
a problem.
The last thing I remember, the last thing I remember from the night is I'd just gone out and I'd probably just I either had a poof or picked up another beer, and I was back in the stalls, back of the stalls next to the bar, and Hannah and Beth were there. I'd sort of met up with them, and I'm sort of looking down. And then I just feel like, that kind of, when you're really drunk, you kind of wobble from the knees. I did one of those. And my very last memory of the night was, oh, I can't stand still anymore.
Oh no.
And but that was more or less towards the end. So yeah. No, that was fine. I did not like the acoustics of the Hammersmith Apollo. I thought it made everything sound like absolute garbage. Especially Leprous, who I was really, really excited to see, who were on first. And yeah, just the sound tech had just fucked it up. It was just a fuzzy mess.
Fair enough.
But yeah, saw Tesseract as well. And they're going to be fun to see at Arc
Actually, I
Tangent.
didn't realise they played. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. So yeah, there's that. It's all good. Lovely. Thank you very much. I'll be here with my whiskey.
Most of the evening.
Who's next?
Chris?
Me. I've been playing a lot of board games recently. Like, a lot of board games.
That's always good.
It's whenever I get any free time, I try and play board games with someone. I went on a trip to Sheffield to meet a couple of friends, and we had a whole weekend of board games.
Oh, nice.
It was amazing. We even went to the pub to eat and played board games at the pub.
Come on, give me a rundown. Give me a rundown. What did you play?
Oh, I can't even remember the names of them. They were all new to me. There was this one which was weird, sort of abstract Japanese game where you go around, you take there's 5 rounds. In each round you can do an action to either get this a resource or a token or something, or gain some mana that you can pay to do other things, right? But all the objectives in the game of how you win the game are secret.
Oh, cool.
No one knows how you win, except you know what card you've got that says how someone can win. But yeah, but you don't know. So your card might say, you need to try and collect all the tokens, right? So you're spending the whole game collecting all the tokens. Then at the end of the game, someone reveals their card. The person with the most tokens can't win.
I like the sound of that.
It's
That
quite
sounds
strange.
amazing.
It's quite strange. It was good fun, except I didn't like the fact that, you could just... The scoring at the end, of whether you win or not, just was completely random.
Felt like Mario Party.
Yeah, kind of. I also bought Small World. I love Small World.
Small World is a good game.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Never played it.
It's so simple, but so
is.
fun.
It's just about races of armies, basically. A high, high fantasy kind of races, all kind of come in, have their era, their day in the sun, and then die away.
Yeah.
So all these different civilizations, and you're basically those civilizations and trying to create chains of...
Yeah, I couldn't help
Populous.
but try and tell a story as I play, and I want to chronicle it all down as I go and have little histories of each world I play.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's good for that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been up to mostly.
Wicked envious. I haven't played any board games properly for a while.
Yes. No, need to do more. I mean, actually, I've been playing loads. I don't know. But it's all with X-Wing.
So you've been playing X.
In fact, yeah, that's something that I'm going to be doing soon, is I'm going to be sanding down the workbench that I've painted the game board onto.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be painting epic size, so 6 by 3 foot. So we're just going to have stupid games that could, just span an entire day or whatever. Looking forward to that.
Awesome.
How have you been, Dom?
I've been okay. I bought a new car.
Ooh.
Very nice.
Basically, 2013, I got a Mini Clubman on finance, and it came up this year. And with the tax, road tax going up in April, I was in the showroom getting brakes done anyway on the Mini because they needed to be done, and I just sort of went, actually, and somehow managed to haggle the guy down, so I'm paying less now than I was for my car for a brand new model, so I'm quite happy.
Perfect. Well done.
Nice.
And I've been trying to, because over the summer I'm working at Opera, and again, but the days off I'll be going back to my parents and emptying their double garage to try and turn it into a workshop. I'm going to sort of push
Nice.
for that, and just because I've already got my table saw in there, it was just get all the crap out and just be nope, my space now. Sorry.
Workspace done.
Yeah.
I've always been envious of dudes with maker spaces. I've spent most of my last 2 weeks watching Tested on YouTube.
Oh yeah, Adam
Just-
Savage's one-day builds.
It's just so nice, just such relaxing TV. Just sit there and just go, he makes things. I can't be bothered, but nice.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And they've got the they've been testing the laser cutter the Glowforge. So seeing people getting that, it's just like, because they've delayed it due to problems in it, and it's just going like, but they're giving it out to advertiser type testing. So soon I'm making a laser cutter on my own and not rely on the Hackspaces one that again is now broken because it keeps breaking.
Yeah.
Because it's a cheap Chinese one that they bought.
That's my girlfriend's
China
favourite
don't
thing
care.
at university is, I got to play with the laser cutter today. Look, smell this wood. Not before you smell this wood, darling. I would never say that to her. She'd fucking murder me. Anyway.
One other thing.
Yes.
I was going to bring it today, but I couldn't get able to upload the games. But I finally sort of finished my RetroPie Game Boy.
Hey, well
Hey,
done.
yeah.
Awesome.
RetroPie Game Boy. What, so
So
you built it
he's got
into
the same thing I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's built into a little handheld.
I built it into an original Game Boy.
Yeah,
case.
Oh, that's really cool.
Wow.
That's fucking
that's
awesome.
amazing.
Did you have to make extra buttonholes and stuff like that on
Yes.
it? Or?
But there's I'm going to plug the website for the mod community because it's an amazing place. And there are people there who are basically custom made PCBs with all the like USB audio and all the things that you just have to resolder the buttons in
Perfect.
and just drill the holes and then mount a screen. So
Nice and simple.
Yeah.
See,
Wow.
I've been playing with my Raspberry Pi as well because I've worked out that, you know what, I could actually record this podcast on a Raspberry Pi running Audacity.
yeah,
So I blankly went on my Amazon account and went, all right, the last SD card I ordered on Amazon worked in my Raspberry Pi, so I'll just order that one again and I'll format it and do da-da-da-da-da. What I forgot is Taz over there uses my account and I ordered one that he got for his fucking Google Pixel. Again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I ordered
you
a
ended up
card that
buying
was-
one anyway?
I ordered a card that was too big that can't be fat formatted. So I tried to hack around it and managed to get
That
a
thing's-
fat formatted thing. And so basically ordered an SD card on Amazon Prime Now. Got to the door within half an hour of me ordering it. Within half an hour of owning it, I broke the fucker.
Wow.
40 quid straight down the drain.
surely you just
hell.
ring up Amazon and go, it's not work. I can't get it to work.
Not working!
So I'm going to send it back to you because it's broken.
It was the point of like, I'd spent like four hours trying to fix it and I kept getting a little bit of data onto it and then just going, oh shit.
So, hang on, I don't understand. Why can't you fit it in a Raspberry Pi?
So it has to be fat formatted,
Right.
Which is the file structure of the drive. The problem with that is it was such an old format that you can only go up to about 32 gig. The card I bought is 128 gig.
Yeah.
Right.
So the file structure
Okay.
doesn't work. So you've got to do a load of really weird, download this program, update this thing, do that, and shit.
And you just bricked it.
Yeah, bricked it, basically. Fun.
Yay!
So, but I will get that working, but I think I'm going to have to buy another card and maybe an external hard drive to do it. But that'll be easy enough.
Cool.
Boom.
Boom.
we done?
There is one thing you've left off.
Yeah?
You've got spots on your face, Dom.
Oh, no. Well, you go on spots. Yeah. On
Welts, I suppose, is the actual term.
Welts. Yes. Me and a friend that you know, Hoxley.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. We started a couple of years ago going to Airsoft.
I really wanted an airsoft gun.
And got into it quite heavily. Like, we both spent a lot of money on stuff.
I have to say that welt is really close to your eyeball, dude.
Oh yeah, no, I've got special goggles that
Okay.
they're like workshop. They wrap around. They're really tight on my face and they're mesh. But
Right.
yeah, I sort of stuck my head around the corner, and the marshal said he heard the weirdest noise from me as I got shot in the head. He was just like, he went, "You're right." He's like, "Yeah, shot in the head. Yeah, I'm dead. I'll go back to the spawn." And yeah, it's all fun. But yeah, although our team was a lot better than the other team, and yeah, and then I got told off because although it's not my fault, the P90 I've got the
You've got
Sick.
a fucking Airsoft P90.
yes.
Why would he not have an airsoft P90?
How much did that cost?
Lots of money.
Yeah. Because, like, the P90 is, like, the designer weapon of the SMG world, isn't it?
It's the most beautiful looking thing, like,
It is
wrap around.
Sleek death.
Yeah.
The gun that was specifically designed to be ambidextrous in every single, like, manner of the way. It's just
Brilliant.
Oh.
And it's sort of like that long.
Yeah, that long on the podcast.
that long, yes. It's
About a foot and a half, he showed. Using my keen rigger's sense.
But yeah, the single shots doesn't work on it, and it's got a really high rate of fire. And so the marshal came up and was just like, I know your single shot doesn't work, but, like, give him a chance. It's like, I'm just burst firing, just really quickly. And
Look, all right, Mr. Judge, I've paid to win. I have paid. Now let me win. This is how this works, damn it.
Haven't you never played a MOBA?
this is a game. I've got the better guns. Just
Yeah, if they can't beat us on technology, they need to beat us on tactics.
Yep.
Tell those fuckers to go guerrilla. Go guerrilla or go home. Shall we show?
yeah.
20 minutes in, let's do this. Cool. Right.
Yeah, go for it, Chris.
Which one?
Go one from the hot
Post
pot. Le hotty to le potty.
Ooh.
One from the host.
This one.
What we got?
It is from Tom.
Great.
Driving etiquette and road rage. Tom Hughes. Hughes, lanes, breakdowns.
Yeah, no, that's for me, yeah. You overtake on the right.
Yep.
However, if a motherfucker's in the middle or the right-hand lane and is going slower than me, I'm undertaking you and making it obvious.
Oh, yeah. No. Fuck that guy.
To the point where if you're in the fast lane, I will not only go into the middle lane to get around you, I will go to the slow lane, go around you, and then cut back across to the fast lane just to point out where you should be. Also, please, this is more of a safety thing, and not enough people know this. If your car breaks down and you're on the hard shoulder, get out of the car. Always get out of the car, because I've seen the outcome of if people don't get out of the car, and stand behind
the barrier.
Yeah, behind the barrier, and also walk back up the motorway the way you came, as if the car is in front of you. Mm-hmm. Because a car is a lot easier for another car to hit on the motorway. So if another car hits that car, it's going straight at you if you are standing in front of your car.
Yeah.
Yes.
So stand behind your car. Those are the things that really annoy me on the road more than anything else, because I drive the motorway constantly.
I don't know. Things that really annoy me is when they've done roadworks. Like when they're doing roadworks and they're filing from 3 to 1 or whatever, they're funneling the traffic into a single lane. Mm-hmm. And it's the guys that basically decide, oh yes, this lane is completely empty, I'm going to drive all the way down, and then cut in right at the last minute.
Yeah.
That's
That's so annoying.
Slows the traffic down.
Especially when you've been nice and you've queued from the very back of it.
You just queue, and then, it's especially at the Blackwall Tunnel.
Yeah.
You get it every morning at the Blackwall Tunnel, both directions, and...
Oh, it's fucking... How do they sleep? Probably really well, because they got home quick enough.
Do you know what I don't like? I don't like when lay-bys don't have bins.
Yes.
That really upsets me. But on the upside, it does mean, and certain counties are better in this country than others, it does mean I really like it when they have really nice ornate bins. They have sometimes. Especially they got like 3 of them. Oh,
I also
gorgeous.
find it...
There's trios of bins.
People who actually throw car rubbish out of their car, they can just fuck off.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Unless it's like an apple core or something, fuck right off.
Actually...
Although that attracts the animals to the side of the road
attracts
that they
animals,
get run over.
and
But
on a drive, like when I was going at school at the boarding house, driving from Ryde Pier to the boarding house on a Sunday, my friend asked me to wind down the window just so he could throw his apple core out because he was sat in the middle.
Right.
And the taxi driver went into a 20-minute, like literally the entire journey rant about how that's really dangerous. And that if you're an oncoming car and are hit by an apple, it will kill you and you'll crash and cause like a pileup and shut down the Isle of Wight And
Because, as we know, apple cores all come laced with nitroglycerin, so just the merest impact and they will explode a fucker.
it is the little known Michael Bay apple.
Shit, you just reminded me actually with rubbish on motorways. The thing I really hate, so on the A2 going to the M25, there is a recycling plant on junction 2 of the M25 right by Sidcup, sort of Swanley turn off. Which means that constantly going up and down the A2 and the M25 at that bit, there is recycling trucks, which seem to be made of internal wind, because they just blow rubbish out the top of them constantly when they go 70 miles an hour.
Is that just because they're lazy and just can't be asked to
Pretty
pull
much.
over the...
But you're like driving
off.
down and you're thinking, driving down the motorway going, oh, how do people throw rubbish out of their cars and all this kind of stuff? Look how horrible it looks, all this rubbish and the lay-by. And no, it's recycling trucks trying to save the planet. Just throwing shit everywhere. That really fucking irritates me.
That's
I see them
that's
every
how
day.
the recycling people keep the numbers down. By just dumping it on the side of the road.
Speed fly tipping.
See, I hate...
Oh, that's a new sport.
See, I hate it when there's a bunch of you all going to the same location in multiple cars, and you pull ahead of the pack, like, yo, what's going on there?
Sorry, don't worry, it's
Okay,
energy
cool.
saving mode.
Yeah, and you pull right ahead of the pack to get some distance between you.
Yeah.
And then you pull over and you dig a pit and cover it over. And then they come along and they drive right over it. And then you're like, wait a second. And then when you try to drive over it, you fall in the pit. I fucking hate that shit.
I have to say, I think
Although, and especially when your dog's there to laugh at you, cunt.
Fucking laughing dogs. They're hyenas, aren't they? No, wait. Chris, actually, you're a new driver. What's new on the roads that irritates you?
Well, my current new hate is actually the same hate I had as a pedestrian, which is drivers not indicating.
Oh, yeah.
Pisses the hell out of me. I just can't stand it.
Yeah. And it feels so good when you don't do it. I realise I'm a very vindictive driver, aren't I?
Oh, no, I am as well.
I'm a revenge driver. The world is against me. Fuck the world.
Wow.
Heather can be really fierce when driving sometimes. And
When,
if
she's
sees-
not crying in fear
well, yeah, I mean, that was...
or trying to parallel park for 20 minutes. Tom, can you do it? Yeah. Shoop, shoop, done.
But other than that, she drives like a fucking boy racer.
Yeah.
And yeah, but like for the amount of worry she puts into literally every facet of her life, the second we get in a car, it's like, all right, foot down, let's take this. Let's really trying to throw the back out as we take this corner on a residential road.
Yeah. I just thought of another one. What was
on.
it? Oh, fucking obvious one. Fucking cyclists.
Yes.
Fuck them in the arse. Fuck you if you're a cyclist at home. I don't like you.
Or at least the majority of them.
No, fucking all of them. Paint them with the same... Tar them with the same brush. Whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Idiom. Fail.
Road match.
Paint them with the same feathers.
I think cyclists wearing helmets should be law. Did you get the people?
Oh, absolutely. No, it
It's
definitely should.
like
Because
in-
I will kill you if you cut
yeah.
me up again.
You do know the only reason it's not the law though is the Boris bikes.
Yeah, no, but
It's like because they couldn't.
They're
sorry,
recent,
but-
though.
Yeah, but I mean,
That should have been law a long time ago.
no, but
Yeah, yeah, for
Brisbane
sure.
and Melbourne had the same Boris bikes, but they're yellow. And to actually ride, if you're caught riding them without a helmet, which you can hire from any of the places where you get the little ticket to get the bikes, they do it as a whole package. You can go and hire a helmet.
okay, cool.
You pay
Yeah,
a
that makes
deposit
sense.
At like, I don't know, like where it's wherever you can buy like a Mikey Oyster card thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like corner shops, and they just have a stack of helmets. It's just like, yeah, $10 deposit. You then use it, take it to another one, you get your deposit back.
To be fair, if you're... I expect that the majority of the Boris bikes are used at rush hour by commuters. So those people will know I'm going to work on a bike, so I'll take a helmet. They should be. And to be fair, I've seen quite a few that do that. It's
lot of
the other
tourists do.
half.
Yeah.
It's the other half
Tourists
who
that
use
use
it.
it.
Tourists
Yeah.
or drunk people trying to get home at night.
And nothing galls me more than those cunts who think it's acceptable to go hyperspace in impulse drive only systems. That really winds me up because I mean there are planets, there are populated planets there.
Interdict those cunts. Seriously.
That's the other thing I hate. I hate when you're in.
Elite.
I hate when you're in hyperdrive.
Stop reminding me. That's the one thing I have done for the last 2 weeks.
Comes and drags you out, and then they don't even try to rob you. They just go like, and then fuck off. Fuck that shit.
Okay, so interdiction is ripping someone out of a hyperspace. You can shoot them, basically.
Right.
It's called interdiction. So there is a massive meme going around the elite community at the moment, which is basically my wife told me that I need to get off of the elite now because I've been on it for 15 hours. I need an interdiction. I mean intervention.
I tell you what, if we're going down that road, I have to say I really hate it when you're in Lego Worlds and you're driving the biggest truck.
I watched
in the
your
world.
first episode. It was really cool.
Yeah, I might give it more of a go. But I hate it when you're driving a big truck and you're driving around knocking over trees and massive shrubs and fences and buildings and they're all exploding into little bits that you can collect, and then you bump into a chicken and come to a full stop.
Yeah. It's almost that GTA like effect.
Like, what? This is like iceberg chicken.
Lego World?
It's
Lego
explains
World.
more,
It
but
is
Lego GTA.
no, it's not.
it's like an open world
It's if you
explore.
it's the love child.
No Man's Sky.
It's not like it's No Man's Sky meets Minecraft
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's a good
with a
mix.
Lego twist.
So you're going around, you're discovering new things to add to your collection, so you can build things.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you've got like the sandbox of Minecraft where
Yeah.
you can build shit, you can like dig down or fly up
Is
or
it-
whatever you want. But you've also got the No Man's Sky of you collect stuff to upgrade to get new equipment, and then you can
The
fly to
overhype.
another planet, sort
Yeah,
of thing.
like
So-
another playset almost. So you're
Yeah, like another playset, yeah, so-
one, City
Yeah.
one. Yeah, I'm really excited about this game. Can you tell? So I watched your
It's
video.
not-
And it's like,
That sounds.
maybe it's not as good as I think it's going to be, but
it's not
Is it-
brilliant. It's
Is
got
it angled more for children? Is
oh
it?
yeah,
no, it's a family
Lego game,
definitely,
yeah.
It's got a few bugs, and it gets a little bit old. But you have to make your own fun. It's a bit like Minecraft, like you
Yeah.
have to make your own fun. But I think the thing that really got me to begin with was it's not very intuitive. You have to get your head around some of the mechanics, and
Okay.
it doesn't do a good job of explaining them. So keep that in mind if you try it.
Fair dues. I'll have to watch your episode on. I assume it's on the Howitzerbug YouTube channel.
channel it is.
Sweet, yeah. I did see that one pop up. I'll have a look.
Yeah, it's the one. I was frustrated with myself because I forgot that I'd set it to upload, and then I went out to see some friends, and I'd forgotten to make the title card for it. So it's up there with just a screenshot, and it feels horrible because you look at my channel, it's all title cards for all the different stuff, and that screenshot is
Do you want to know?
Can you
I
not
will
go
have to
back
correct
and
that.
change it?
I'll have to correct it. Yes.
My hack is just to have a still image as the entire video. Bless the audio medium. All right, cool.
Yeah, next one. I'll tell you what. I'll go
Community.
and I'll get one from Il Community.
One from
Sophie's
Community
Chest.
Chest. Sophie's Chest, apparently, yeah.
Oh, what's this? There we are. I got a little tiny one. Got a tiny topic in my pocket.
I'm going to have some more bourbon.
unfolding
That was really
something.
nice.
It is really good, isn't it?
Stop it. Okay, so this comes from Rickard.
Yay!
Hello, Rickard.
Rickard.
Long time. We had a topic from him recently.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for a reply from the world's slowest form of communication.
Yes.
Oh, damn,
What was the
son.
last message?
Call out.
Well, I mean, it could be.
Is it breakfast? No, that was a while ago,
It
wasn't
could
it?
be
was- it
anywhere
was-
in that
yeah,
mess. There's still loads.
So there you go. Call out, Rickard. Let's reply. First of all, you need to work out what you're replying to, or just start a new conversation, basically. Right, what we got then?
What would you choose when you die or how you die?
Oh, I like that.
Oh,
How? For sure. I don't think I could be trusted
Yeah.
to choose a responsible time to die. But
Is-
the method of one's exent from reality is, I mean, that can be rubbish.
Especially if
So I'd choose something that wasn't.
especially if you choose your method of death as suicide, and then just never commit suicide. Loophole immortality.
What I'm saying is,
do you still get old though? Like, what was that? Oh, what was that thing I was reading? And it's like you've got immortality, but it was Lord Dunsany. There's a story in Lord Dunsany, and this guy gets cursed with immortality, but he still ages. So he ends up being a conscious pile of dust.
Oh God. That's sort of like you have a superpower, but it's like you're immortal, but you age normally. It's just
Not so much fun.
But is it like when you die? Is it in the rules of current like aging? So like 70 years is like so you can go up to 70 years and then die, but we're not going to tell you how you die.
Yeah, I think that's what he's getting at. Yeah.
Or is it like I can say like, okay, I want to be when the first man lands on Pluto. I want to see a man or woman on Pluto, and then I want to snuff it. Even better if I am the man on Pluto. And there's a terrible accident, and so I've made it. Oh, my suit has failed. Pop.
I quite like your idea, Tom, though, about if you choose the method of suicide and then never commit suicide, it's you end up in a situation. It's kind of Lobo-esque in that you become functionally immortal.
Default.
Would you
immortal by
eventually want
default?
to? There's that whole concept to it as well.
Sorry?
Well, that's
eventually
the option.
want to,
and that's the beauty of the suicide option, because if you're fed up with it, you could just go bang, done.
What if you're in like you could say like in the House universe? I want to die from lupus.
No one ever dies of lupus. Yeah.
Well, you've got to put up with House just mocking you continuously for the rest of time.
And also, I don't know. One of the other problems is if you choose when you die. Like, what's the nature of that choice? Do you select it in a moment and say, okay, I want to die at this time in the future, or like Dom said, like when something specific happens,
creating,
or do you then just have the ability to just choose your moment of death and forever have to be so careful about what you say?
Yes.
It's just like, oh my God, I just want to die. No, wait!
If I ever say Jill Dando, kill me. Call back to that's the safe word of the podcast for any new listeners. Sorry.
I'm going to go with Hal.
I think it has to be Hal, because with when, if you did have to declare it beforehand and wait till it gets there, that tension of it coming will be unbearable. I can live with that.
And what if it's sort of, it's like, when man or whatever, 100 years time, but then you're in a coma for the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. Yeah.
It's just the loophole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm choosing.
Yeah, definitely Hal.
I think even if I had just a normal age life, like till I was maximum like 80 or something, I'd still prefer Hal over when, purely because it's my grandmother telling me, don't ever get old, it's horrible, beating itself in my head, going like, I don't want to be an old person. That sounds horrible.
Yeah, I mean, being an old person doesn't have to be shit.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
Like there are a lot of old people out there who
who fluked it.
Yeah.
Who fucking fluked it.
Well, I mean, really, barring kind of unfortunate diseases or accidents or circumstances,
they happen a lot more with old people. You may realise.
True. But like, all you really need to do to kind of assure a reasonable old age is just you need to keep doing the things that the human body is best designed to do, which
drinking,
is walking,
smoking,
and talking,
drugs. Yeah,
yes.
and then something to exercise your brain as well. Yes. You do that shit, and then being old can be just
fine.
Who knows?
Functional.
You could be the president of the United States.
Yeah,
anyone can do it.
apparently so.
So how would we want to die?
Ooh,
if we're all choosing
my
Hal?
default answer is always the Red Dwarf one, isn't it?
What's that?
Taking off a 18-year-old's G-string with your teeth. But are the teeth in your mouth?
There's no mention of whether or not the 18-year-old's willing.
I don't know if I'd
Doesn't matter, mate. They're 18.
I'll be old.
Yeah.
Would you want to go for something
horrible, sorry.
that's you don't have to suffer? So either like peacefully in your sleep, or suddenly with some sort of crazy sudden thing you're not expecting, or do you want to go for something epic that people will remember for all time?
I like the idea of something epic. Sort of the first, like if I had the money, it would be like I'd be booking a flight on SpaceX or because if it goes horribly wrong, at least you tried. I tried to become one of the first members of
like civilian
SpaceX.
population going to space,
but it failed back to listen.
So how about something mundane then? So quietly in your bed, happy with all your family around, however, backed up with a monomath doing a live set.
Well, you hire them into your deathbed.
Yeah. Valhalla awaits me when I died.
When I die. I mean,
Isn't there that famous? What's it? There was
Tell
an assisted
joke.
suicide at a concert or something.
I don't know.
Really?
That sounds interesting.
It's just
What's that
something
push
that's-
them towards the stage when they're headbanging?
No. It was literally like I think this guy had a terminal disease and was just like, right, I want to
Rock out for a bit and then
rock out and just press the button and
Oh, wow.
that's
Let the
pretty,
bodies hit the
that's
floor.
Pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
I don't know if
God, if that was your last gig, Jesus Christ, drowning pool. Wow.
I could think of worse.
I need to sing
Yeah.
Drowning Pool just one more time.
Just Nickelback.
Just wait for the set to finish. You shit!
Oh, Chris over in the corner looking sheepish.
Every time.
It's your own fault. It's your own fucking fault. Right, cool.
So, I mean, I'm not so much sold on the whole dying quietly in your bed thing. Well, I mean, technically, yeah, that's like a reasonably pain-free to go, but then you've still got the problem that you've left behind a body that has shat itself in your bed that you're probably sharing with someone.
Mate,
So
if
you're
I'm
just
80,
making
I've been
work.
shitting myself for many years.
So I quite like the instant, the idea of maybe just instant vaporization.
What,
Right.
teleport?
Yeah.
Veiled teleportation.
Telefrag yourself.
Oh yeah. So like, if the teleportation goes
Organs
wrong,
appear somewhere.
yes. If the teleportation goes wrong and you don't just like teleport into empty space, but kind of into a tree, then at least your family still have some remains.
Yeah, with
that
a
would
screaming
be-
face in the bar.
If teleportation was like, well, get rid of headstones, get rid of things. Just be like, here is a forest. You pick a tree. We just teleport your body into that
Into the tree. Oh, that would be
Oh,
good.
hippie nature.
What was
That's a different topic,
there
though.
was-
What do you want to happen after you die to your remains?
I think
Because-
do we have that? I don't know.
We've spoken about, briefly about what you want done. Well, I mean, I don't really give a shit, to be honest.
Pushed out on a boat and set on fire.
I will be dead.
Either
so-
that, which is awesome, but I would also like to be put in one of those tree things.
Tree ends.
Tree ends that grows into a tree. That's quite cool.
How about,
And then they can cut it down and make a table out of me.
I think for me, it's literally harvest everything off me that's any benefit to anyone else.
Oh, of course, yeah, that helps.
and then the rest of me is just a pile of raw meat, basically. Just have fun with it. Like, slap it against the
Have
wall.
fun with it.
You know those YouTube videos.
Tom suit.
You know those videos on like Facebook and shit where it's like how to bake a cake in 30 seconds. It just turns into them throwing books against egg
how
cakes.
too basic, yeah.
Do that with me.
How to taxidermy Tom in 30 seconds. It's just down a flight of stairs.
Yeah, just use me to lubricate a slip and slide and just have fun all day. There you go. That's me done.
You want to become a helter-skelter match.
Yeah.
Giving the body up for medical science is like,
Use me as sandcastle like building material and sculpt me into a Sam and Max. Done. This is a different topic altogether.
This is, yeah, we've got
This is
a bit of a
getting off
tangent
topic.
there, yeah.
Well, thank you, Rickard, for that one. We're going to have one
you.
from the
Nothing
hosts.
wrong with a little bit of off topic, but time for a new topic.
going to go right to the bottom of the pot.
Let's see what we
Oh,
got.
it's a big one.
It's a big one.
Please have like 2 words on it.
Oh, I'm out of coffee. I'll drink whiskey then.
Oh, it's actually me.
Yeah, it's
Well,
what you
right,
put
Dom.
in
Right, Dom.
today.
It is from me. Name a film you can watch, listen to, and it never gets old.
Oh, Road Trip. I've watched Road
Really?
Trip perhaps more than just about any film in the world, apart from probably even more than Battle Royale. It's not one of my favourite films. It's just like it's fine. It's it's that weird middle ground of solids where there's enough big stuff that's really funny. There's enough dumb stuff. There's a couple of clever bits, and it's just the story itself. It just kind of wraps up quite nicely. And yeah, it used to be like my hangover / come down staple movie. I would also put it on after whatever had happened, like going to bed. I'd put on Road Trip. That film just doesn't get old. I don't know. I think because it does the whole American teen comedy thing without hitting.
It's not American Pie.
Yeah,
it's a little bit less.
It's not too
Pie.
wrote by numbers. Well, but then it's also quite offensive.
It is.
Sort of on the bandwagon, but done a bit better.
Yeah.
It's sort of American Pie came first, and then you had all the like not another teen movie.
Yeah.
All these.
To be fair, Road Trip is probably the best one of those kind of American trash. Teen movies.
I mean, there's a couple in that genre that I can just watch again and again. Like Euro Trip is another one, which was
Sequel.
Oh, mi scusi. And also Sex Drive.
Sex Drive, what's that one?
Sex Drive is a story of a dude who borrows his brother's car to go meet up with an internet hookup. And there's a whole dynamic with the girl he's going with and their mate. And also it's got Seth Green as an Amish dude in it.
Seth Green.
I
have seen that,
and
actually.
he's just like
I have seen
the
that.
most cuttingly sarcastic thing in existence.
Yeah.
That sounds
It is awesome. And again, like that one, it wraps up ridiculously and features a fit girl pissing into a radiator.
Fuck.
Fair play.
okay.
I was about to say Blazing Saddles, but that film actually, while I'm reinterpreting the word old in that sentence as in film never gets old, it is, however, slightly racist and slightly not racist. It's not PC. There's
It's of its time.
There's a character in it called Mungo.
It's of its time.
Yeah.
Is Mongo
Yeah.
a racist phrase?
No, it's as in Mongoloid.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is what they're going for with that joke. So there are a few things that are a little bit less than tasteful nowadays.
Well,
however,
but then
still fucking funny sometimes.
Yeah, but then you've got South Park, you've got Matt Stone and Trey
Exactly.
Parker doing exactly the same thing. There's a difference between not PC and being like intentionally offensive.
Yeah, no, that film is the opposite of intentionally offensive. It's ripping the shit out of
It's
people
done as a
who are
complete
racist
parody
or
of-
Yeah.
Actually watched the making of documentary about Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, I love that.
It's such a good.
I'm going to have to see that. I've not seen that.
It's my favourite film of
They
all
were
time,
saying
really.
for the like TV edit of the film, they had to cut out all the farting in the. And they were saying watching it without any of the sound effects is really weird because it's just all these cowboys sort of
Just leaning.
Leaning around, yeah.
And then after this guy walks in, going, "Oh my god, what the hell's going on?"
Other than that, on a similar note, is Young Frankenstein, because that is just my humour through and through. And then the only film that I think will never get old because there's something new every time I watch it is Usual Suspects. I always spot something that either I've never spotted before or something that I've thought about in a different way. So, be it, did that actually happen? Is he making it up?
I had a very similar experience with The Prestige.
Oh,
A very good film as well.
You can rewatch that and always see something new.
Yeah,
to see
absolutely.
Prestige.
And the thing I love about Prestige is oh no, I can't spoil it for him then.
No, I would prefer if you didn't.
Cover your ears, go in the corner and start shouting.
I was just
Go
about
in
to
the
say,
corner.
should I just take my headphones off? Because that'll work.
Take your headphones off, cover your ears, go in the corner and start la-la-la-ing.
Well, I mean, maybe our audience doesn't want it spoiled either. Have you thought about that?
That's
huh?
true. That's true. I don't want to spoil that for anyone. It's too
Answers
good
on a
film.
postcard, please, sent to
The Prestige, you notice things about The Prestige.
Yes.
That
Yes.
every time you know to
Every
read
time.
it, and it's
when
like,
you know, that's
holy
it.
shit.
Yeah, when you know the
Maybe
twist,
that's not...
you go back
Yeah.
and exactly.
Everyone who's seen The Prestige knows exactly what me and Chris are talking about.
Yeah.
Everyone who's not seen The Prestige is like,
As a massive Magic fan, I've watched most of the Magic films. Like
Yeah.
the other one is The Illusionist.
That came out about the same time, didn't it, as well?
The
Yeah.
Illusionist
there was-
is fantastic.
There was that
Doesn't have David Bowie in it, though.
that entire year was basically the year of Magic films. So you had like The Illusionist,
Yeah.
The Prestige, and then you had Mitchell and Webb did like Magicians, which was a comedy parody.
That's right, yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Of
Very
like
good.
shit magicians.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Was that the same year that what is it? Steve Carell and Jim Carrey?
Carell.
Carell. Yeah, and Jim Carrey film came out, and it was about magicians.
I don't know what that film
I
is.
don't know where you're going on.
I wish I could remember its name. It's really good.
Like every year Hollywood does.
Well, the first time I noticed it was the Dante's Peak year, when you had Volcano, Dante's Peak. And then you had Armageddon and Deep Impact.
Deep Impact, yeah.
Yeah, it happens a lot. It's a weird occurrence.
Yeah, no, Illusionist is another one of the films that I just don't get bored with.
I haven't seen it.
Stardust as well, actually.
Stardust is really good.
Stardust is fantastic.
I've never seen that, but apparently, yeah.
Again, it used to be a Hangover come down staple. It's one of those films that you put on and you just feel a little better.
I have to say thank you to Chris here, because he left his copy of my Hangover film over here, and I've watched so many Hangovers. Lego Movie is my Hangover film.
I still
It's the
haven't
best
seen
Hangover film. It is.
It's so good. I love that film.
Lego Batman is not quite
seen
as
it
good.
I've not seen it yet. And
It is good, but it's not quite as good.
Yeah.
No, my one is Hackers.
Fucking yes, it's all swimming pools and tits.
And Scissor and Red.
Sorry.
I don't know why, and it's literally to the point I can now listen to it. I don't need to watch the film anymore. I can just
Absolutely.
Like, in the workshop, I'm very much a podcast listening person. Like I like music, but it's sort of
It's too distracting.
Yeah.
And stuff. Yeah.
listening to people just talking and just
I
background noise.
rewatched Seven Psychopaths recently.
That's a good film.
That's
And-
actually quite good, yeah.
And the first time I saw it, I thought it was a pretty good film. And then I rewatched it a couple of weeks ago as I was watching it going, this is fucking amazing. This show,
really clever.
this film is critiquing itself as it goes along.
Yeah.
It's incredible. So I think that might be another one. Because
my actual film... Oh, sorry.
sorry, yeah. I mean, there are a number of standout performances in that. Right, Christopher Walken is amazing because he's Christopher Walken.
I forgot. Yeah.
And yeah, I think Sam Rockwell,
That sounds right.
who's he's like the best mate of the writer in it. He also plays the big businessman in Iron Man 2. His performance is there's just a couple of moments of perfect nuance that I couldn't get tired of.
Yeah.
Incredible. And Battle Royale, I've got to throw in Battle Royale.
I love Battle Royale.
It remains. I think it might still be my
To be
favourite
fair,
movie.
That is a film that I don't want to spoil by overwatching it. I'll go back to it every few years and just watch it again.
Have you seen the second one?
Yeah.
It's a bit weird. And
We had this conversation on the podcast about a year ago, I guess, where it was like, my argument was it's a good film, but we actually worked out it's a good film, but should not be Battle Royale 2.
No.
It should just be its own film.
Yeah,
within the Battle Royale universe, but not.
Yeah, not associated with the first film.
yeah. It was the bent it took. It shouldn't have done what it did to some of the enduring characters. I thought,
Right. Yes.
which is-
Yes. Absolutely. I see what you're saying.
I did like the tag team.
I really enjoyed that dynamic. Yeah.
The tag team
one guy
dynamic.
dies, the partner dies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
literally-
wearing collars that kill the partner if the heartbeat of the other one stops.
Cool.
Or if the partner tries to remove the collar, then the
the
other
one
person dies. Yeah,
That's quite an
So
interesting
there's
idea.
a reason to essentially
team up.
survive.
Yeah,
I think they are like people who hate each other. Is just like
yeah, they seem to be paired.
yeah,
It's almost like it is a reality TV.
show.
Yeah, so they're doing that for drama's sake, sort of thing.
Surprise anal at the bar. It's not a full film. It is only a 3-minute clip. But, and I have brought it up before.
Yeah.
But it is such a perfect parody of porn that I can't help but be immensely entertained. every
You've
time
reminded me.
watch
I
it.
need to try and find those two Millwall fans blowing each other at a snooker table, don't I?
Fuck yes!
I need to
pouring Fosters on his dick. That's
And then sucking it.
amazing.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's so good. So, Chris, you were about to say something as well.
Yeah, sorry, no, I didn't mean to jump in on you. No, my film is, it's sort of like one of those indie Channel 4 films. It's called Cypher. Are you familiar
I
with
recognise the
Cypher?
name. I can't
It's
think.
Jeremy Northam and Lucy Liu.
Oh, okay.
It's so good. It's all espionage and spies, and it's like It's got the whole, but there's like it's sort of near future where there's like a mind wipe mechanic, like you can wipe your mind so that you can go in and infiltrate somewhere. And they build up a new reality around it. And so you're never quite sure, is he this person? Is he supposed to be this person? Is he remembering that life? What's going on? But what I love about it, what makes me rewatch it over and over again, because obviously you get the story, you know what's happening. That bit dies quite quickly once you've seen it a couple of times, but it's the aesthetic of the thing. It's shot so well.
Right.
And the sound of the film is amazing. I could just listen to that film all day. It's so relaxing, but yet quite
what was it called?
mysterious.
Sorry?
Cypher.
Cypher. Okay,
Cypher.
cool.
I think I've seen that.
It's so good. I love that. I will always. Some people don't like it, but
Cool. I'll have to check
it's
it
got a
out.
taste. Although it's been closely, I've recently almost on a par with it is Ex Machina. Very
I've
similar.
yet to see
not
that. I
seen-
really
I've
need to
I
see
saw it very recently.
It's got a very similar.
Fuck me, that
if you
film
like
is great.
if you like the atmosphere and the style of Ex Machina, you'll love Cypher.
Okay, cool.
I started watching it and I fell asleep because it was sort of like I was dead tired and was like, I'll put it
It's
on.
quite
and
dozy. It
and then
can be
sort
quite
of
dozy.
halfway through and woke up and it's like the credits and I'm like, oh shit, I really wanted to watch that film.
that. I have to say, in the last few years, that film has stood out for its cinematography for me, and it's one of those films I haven't seen, and so I want to see it because it
beautiful.
looks beautiful.
And but yeah, Ex
The way
Machina
they've
blows
done
me away.
like
the way
the
it's
CGI
shot.
and stuff for the Android is astounding.
It's not even
Yeah.
that. They've clearly shot it on a very high spec digital Sony camera or something, and used. I've heard this in like documentaries and stuff about the film, where they've used flawed lenses and stuff to try and get some kind of texture in the shots and stuff. It's just, it
Oh,
looked,
cool.
and
But
it looks amazing.
The cinematography of it, not the cinema. What's the word? The angles they've chosen, like the camera, the views,
The composition of the shot,
composition, is so good because it fits perfectly
Yeah, I need
with
to
what
see
they're
that
getting.
film.
There's so much subtle information given just from the angle of the camera that you don't get until you watch it a second time and you're like, oh, that's what they're doing. You know, it's very clever.
Shit,
very clever.
I just thought of a film for me that never gets old, but no one else will fucking watch it with me.
What's that?
Big Lebowski.
Oh, I love the Big
love the Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski.
Right, okay, yeah.
you go.
Because we are white men of a certain age. Everyone outside of our group does not want to watch that film.
Really?
They are all wrong.
I tried to watch it the other day with Rita. No fucking show. I literally got to where did we get up to? I think it was the point where redhead, what's her name? Jennifer Moore? Jessica Moore. He's
the
on
redhead.
on the swing naked with the paintbrushes.
Oh, the Arthur, yeah.
She went, I'm going to sleep. I was like, are you kidding me? Look at that shot. That's awesome. I love that fucking film.
That's sort of like nowadays, like the younger generation now,
Yeah.
like the 15s, won't watch black and white films because they instantly associate it with old. It's just like, oh yeah, it was
old or
filmed.
boring. Oh, but
So,
some
like,
of them are so good.
You're like, you sit there like, but what about Psycho? What about? And that's why the shot-for-shot remake of Psycho was done with Vince Vaughn, because they wanted to try and like bring it to this younger audience
Yeah.
who were just like, oh, I can't watch. It's black and white. I can't watch that film. It's just like, but there are so many good black and white films.
Yes.
like any of the Chaplin films, they're
Yeah,
hilarious.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
They're so
great.
good.
That's one of my
Is it
fucking
his-
hangover things, is put on some Charlie Chaplin. Because it's just physical comedy and it's so
I
simple.
still haven't
but
watched The Great
so,
Dictator.
The Great Dictator.
Oh,
Have you not?
yes, I need to watch
I've seen his final speech of him just sitting there going like, "This is stupid. What are we doing?"
Yeah.
Yeah. The
And,
actual
like,
film.
It's
so silly. It's so
Yeah.
silly.
And
It's
Dr.
so
Strangelove.
good.
Oh,
No,
fuck
that is one of my films
life.
as well.
That is such an amazing film.
Where the
Gentlemen, no fighting in the war room.
the fact that every time Dr. Strangelove is in the room, he just stands up and fucking salutes. Hitler salutes, and he tries to pull down his arm.
Nine.
Peter Sellers as the English officer, with
English
the American officer like going shit crazy.
Yeah.
And he's just doing the stiff upper lip thing. I'm like, oh no, you need to calm down. You need to be proper.
It is one of
so
Peter
good.
Sellers's like phenomenal films.
Oh, it's so good.
Definitely.
And that
3
ending.
characters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you heard that?
He was also supposed to play the captain of the bomber.
Really?
Oh, the one
Yeah.
that rode the bomb down.
Yeah, I can't remember the reason why he didn't, but yeah, he was also supposed to have that role. But yeah, that's one I only saw very recently. I was sort of watched it in bed with
It's one of my
Heather
favourite films of all time.
after, I don't know, I think maybe it was like after a bit of a session the day before, and yeah, that film, great.
It's fantastic.
And
Right.
going,
That
sorry,
was a good natural conclusion, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, no, we
Sweet.
need to move on. Let's do something else.
So Tom, one from the community chest,
Oh, it's my turn.
Community
Amazing.
After this, can we
Suggest-
do a?
an audio,
audio.
for sure.
No, an audio.
You're an audio.
Okay, that's a good call. I've just pulled one out by you, Dom. So, Captain Sickbeard, you right, Dom?
All right.
Does anyone want something made? I'd like a mechanical. I'd like a mechanical
What do you make?
calculator, please. See the bloopers later, guys.
Fair enough. Give me 6 months.
What do you make? What do you make?
I'm a set builder / carpenter / welder. I've got a couple of 3D printers. Hopefully in July I'm getting a laser cutter. If Glowforge deliver it.
I'm sure I can think of a million things, but I can't now
But
because
yes.
I'm on the spot.
To be
This
fair,
is an open call.
The first
to...
thing that popped into my head is the geekiest thing ever. I would love a 2x2 DBA battlefield for my Ancients Wargaming.
see, I also went to this route. So basically, in our Gamma World
Maybe a
campaign,
built-in road, a river down the side.
in our Gamma World campaign, I'd like something where everyone has their own model rather than the tokens that I've made them. That also works with Roll20 online, so I can let those guys place their piece with maybe like an RFID tag in it or something.
Yeah, or near field commute. Yeah.
Yeah, any kind of input, whatever. And let them move across the screen
Yeah. Interactive.
with a physical miniature, 3D printed,
Yep.
with an RFID tag in it.
Yep.
Is also set to a projector that has a sensor that is going to read, or maybe under the table RFID.
Or you
scanned.
could you
That
put it
would-
on one of those tablets? Could you
It's
put it
so
on
complicated.
If
Could
you're
you put it on one
going
of those tablets where it can
projector
feel-
wise, I would say using essentially QR code positioning. So having
That's
a camera
better.
as
Yeah,
well.
like Eye of Torment. No, Eye of Punishment. What's that PlayStation game that did it?
PS3 game, Eye of Judgment.
Eye of Judgment. Thank you.
That was a wicked game.
So, and it's
That's
the same
clever.
as the 3DS had. You had the little cards that you
Yeah,
could hold
yeah,
up,
yeah, yeah.
and it
The AR
projects.
stuff. Yeah,
So
Okay.
it'd be that sort of thing.
I'll have that. Thank you.
So
Shit.
here's what I'd like. Ideally, it'd be the originals, but if you have to go copies, that's fine. But basically, the entirety of Katie Hopkins' output for the last decades compressed into something solid, and then if you could carve a 20-sided die out of that, and I'll use that to role players' pain while running role-playing games.
So compressing her entire all her autobiographies compressed into
Autobiographies, columns, other bits and pieces. If you really need to make up the extra, I'm sure you could just do printouts of a Twitter feed and shit. But yeah, all of that compressed into a block, and from that block is carved the world's most hideous 20-sided die. I would be indebted.
That's a brilliant idea.
Thank you very much.
Fully behind this. I would Kickstarter that.
find my Kickstarter video next week. I need a hydraulic press.
Does the Hackspace have one?
No,
And what
they don't.
fucking use are they?
They've got laser cutters, although it's broken.
It's
at the moment.
broken, yes.
And the politics of the hack space, there are like 3 guys who maintain it who have a full-time job. And it's just like, on the mailing list, there's like a daily, someone puts up like, I really want to use the laser cutter. Is it working yet? And essentially, I assume that they're just getting really pissed off with those and going like, every time someone asks, is it working, we reset the counter.
They've got a little flip chart.
Yeah.
So many days since.
Because the bearings went in it over Christmas, and it was only a month ago that they managed to get it fixed. So I did so much laser cutting that month.
However, I really want to play around on a lathe so much.
Oh, no, I played around.
Your lathes are cool. Anyway, that's off topic. Wow.
Or a 3D printed middle finger that you can put on a base and you can just put it on a table in front of someone.
No.
Just like, no.
There you go. No.
You said something
You don't want to 3D print that. You want to cast your hand and have it made in bronze. You want something with heft that you can go. Poof, boom.
No.
It needs a yes.
And
it
then
needs a buff
bring it
behind
to a mount in the back of your car, tie it back, bring it back to the first topic, and flip people off for you.
Or maybe that...
Actually...
No, instead of apple cores, that's what you throw out of your window.
That's something...
Solid bronze middle finger.
Something I kind of wanted in my car when I first passed my driving test and thought better of it was a LCD scrolling text screen.
Oh, I've thought about those.
That says, like, what people are doing wrong on the road.
See, I sort of went along the other end of getting... Because on eBay you can buy, like, the little 100-watt PA systems that you can fit under the bonnet.
Nice.
Just having that, just being like,
Do the proper Blues Brothers thing.
just shouting at people from my car. And then thought better of it, because...
Because no one wants to be that person.
Well, no, I then looked down the line of, like police lights and going like, oh, I could get arrested so quickly.
Yeah. In my first car, I did have a little cherry thing. It didn't stay to the top of my roof. I lost it on the motorway somewhere. The suckers gave up.
Okay. Audio.
So there you go, Dom. You've got a list. So go away and build them all, please. And you have until next podcast. So
if you can track down...
What, the next one I'm on? Or the next
No,
one?
next podcast. Right. Seeing as I'm editing this in 3 days and then putting it up, so...
If you can track down...
Oh, shit. Sorry, this is recorded on the 27th of March for release on the 2nd of April. We should have done some April Fool's shit. We should have done some April Fool's stuff.
On the 2nd?
Yeah.
That'd be bad luck, mate.
You're a fool if you're listening to this on the 1st. I don't know how you're doing that.
Okay,
You're me,
so...
editing it.
Hence a fool.
Dom, if you
Yes.
could track down a bullet that was used to accidentally kill a magician trying to perform the catching a bullet in their teeth trick.
Yep.
If you could track one of those down...
That's a way better
and then
collection than my bit.
And then refashion it into a toothpick.
That's pretty cool.
The fact that I've worked with the the president of the Magic Circle...
Oh, he must know somewhere.
Wow.
Secret.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, so I could probably email him and be like, "Hi, any reason? Is there a bullet anywhere?" That can...
I'm going to give you no real explanation for this other than one of my mates is really weird.
But in truth, I will
One of your mates.
I will put an email that I will come up with and then register, because I'm not giving out my real email.
Yeah.
That, yeah, if you want anything sort of sensibly made.
Maybe message you on Instagram.
Yeah, no, on Instagram. I'll
Sneak Dante.
Yep.
On Instagram.
I will put that out.
Second sneaky plug. Love it.
Stealth plug.
But yeah. Hence why I'm trying to build a workshop so I can do more private work and less work for myself.
Yeah. Shall we see what Kai's got to say?
Yes.
Let's do it. Can someone roll me like a D10 or something?
Oh, yes.
And we may end up with multiple plays because unfortunately last time
There's a
I
literal
didn't
box of
delete
dice.
the audio topics that we already played. So we may end up with a duplicate.
Let's try not to.
Yep. I'll just roll a D20 and divide it by 2. Gordon Bennett.
There we are. I was just trying to
I've
get
seen
one
you
that was
pull out
readable.
3 D20s.
8.
What's it gonna be?
Two-part question. Would you ever do the whole one-way trip to Mars thing? And if you had to, who would you bring to start your colony with?
Ah, okay.
Okay.
So Kai basically wants us to, like, get into a eugenics conversation.
Oh, why? Why would we go down that road?
Well, because if we're choosing people to take with us to Mars to start the colony,
I'm slightly worried we've had this topic because I remember talking about this before.
I think we've talked. Well, yeah. Well, let's ask Captain Sickbeard, our local, our resident encyclopedia of all shit. PTP. No, that's a no.
That's
right. Let's
talk about this shit.
All right. Sorry.
Who would I take? Oh, damn. Okay. So what we thinking of as numbers, or are we just choosing one person?
One person.
Adam and Eve. I think
style.
that's the idea behind it. I think.
That's in spirit of the topic, I think.
Well, in my world, it will be Adam and Steve, not Adam and Eve. So, I mean, it won't be a particularly long-lasting company, but it will be a lot of fun.
Depends what Jeff Goldblum says, nature finds a way.
Yeah, it depends what technology there is.
This is true. There might be special Mars radiation that means one of our testicles turns into a womb.
Yeah, maybe.
Now, that would be awkward.
No, test tube babies with a bigger tube.
That would be hideous, wouldn't it?
Day 307. The growth has got worse.
I
can barely walk.
I can feel a kicking sensation.
Yeah. I was really worried there was a tumour for a while, but no, I can see a handprint as it presses against the inside, so I do have a baby in my bollock.
Day 695, I have asexually reproduced. Meet Taz.
Oh, was it as meiosis, isn't it? When you
you split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surely there's a new form of religion in this.
The church.
We'll make one.
The Church of Cai.
Oh, I mean, could you imagine if you had the ability to meiosis? Wanking would become just elaborate.
It's not gay, it's meiosis.
Oh, no, question on that. Does it land on the floor and then morph into a duplicate of yourself, or does it come out and sort of
Does it become morph? Does it become morph from like Play-Doh?
No, I'm thinking like, have you seen Bill and Ted when their ghost... No, it's the second one where they're ghosts possessing the police officers and they hit their head and they come out the ear. I'm thinking that, but coming out of that. Fully formed guy coming out your front.
Coming out your fun. I don't know. I was sort of envisioning a more. You'd get grumpy for a couple of months, and at some point you'd have a terrible headache, and then you'd start vibrating massively, and then just another one of you, just another one of you would be created and slowly form, and then be and then you just go, oh, thank fuck! I thought it was going to be something much worse. What?
I was saying,
what a wank!
Well, no, I was thinking, like, if you're going / scientific mission, have they sent you and the whoever male female counterpart like
both? Nice
with a fuck ton of just donor eggs and sperm, where basically
actually that's a better idea.
Your job as a scientist is to basically artificially inseminate this woman to reproduce.
You're making a hive queen.
Yes. She basically becomes the queen bee of Mars.
Her name is Mrs. Incubator.
No, I mean...
that would actually work as a colony because none of the kids would be related.
No.
Oh, well, I mean...
NASA, I want to cut this idea.
Clever.
So you're not...
That
you're not
poor woman, though.
Yeah, true.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Every 9 months having to go through that.
Cesarean.
Oh, brilliant. She gets chopped up every
You can only have 3 cesareans, can't you?
Yeah, eventually.
No,
I'm willing to push the record. Let's go for 4, baby.
I don't actually want to see a baby explode out of a person.
Look, Taz.
Like, come slopping out of a weakened gash in their
fall out
stomach.
when she's running for a
Beautiful.
bus.
Thank you.
You're on Mars. Like, 3 cesareans is way in the distance. We're on like 30 or 40 now.
Well, why do we not? If we're talking
technology.
that level of tech, why do we not have artificial wombs by that time?
Cost. Weight limits on the shuttle.
What, to transport a womb is easier than transporting hundreds of people.
I mean, or perhaps all you need is like the gene stock to grow the womb, and then just
so like you said, loads of donor sperm and eggs, one scientist, and a donor womb machine.
One replicator that can make all those things. Done.
There you go. We'll 3D print a womb.
Get to it, Dom. That's added to the list, by the way.
Add that to the list. I would take either Alison Hannigan or Natalie Portman.
No, I was going
nothing-
shallow as well. I was going to say
Yeah.
Amelia Arsenic. Just me and Amelia Arsenic on a planet by ourselves.
Yeah, completely.
Hopefully she likes me.
Nothing scientific, just because I like them.
I'm going to take someone who's been into space.
I don't know. If they can remote control the spaceship, you haven't got to worry about anything. You can sit back and relax, because they'll have comfy chairs by then as well. You have like
They haven't invented comfy chairs.
You'll
yet.
have your space.
You may
You'll have your
notice sitting
space
around this table
armchair,
garden
and you
furniture.
can drink your space anti-gravity.
This sounds a little bit like the film Passengers.
Yeah,
I
it
haven't
does actually,
seen that
yeah.
yet. I really want to see
It's a
that.
good film.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, that was
pretty
was
good.
it Chris Pratt and
Jennifer Lawrence.
that's the one. J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Holy shit, there's a brilliant video of those two. Radio 1, I think, do a series of videos where they get two people to throw insults at each other and they declare who the winner is.
Oh, brilliant.
And so those two did it. And it was so brutal.
Oh, really?
They're both very quick-witted people.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, that is brutal.
Well, no, did you not see Chris Pratt's Instagram? Like, people are asking him, like, oh, yeah, like, let's have a shot of you and Jennifer Lawrence on your Instagram and stuff. So basically, Chris Pratt would purposely take photos, so it'd just be like her shoulder. like, here's me and Jen, and just be perfectly cropped out so she wasn't in it.
That's like Ryan Reynolds' level of trolling
Yeah.
on social media.
Chris Pratt
Like it.
seems to have that similar sense of humour.
Yeah,
it's really
absolutely.
cool.
It's good. Although there was the other video with the two of them. I think it was on the Graham Norton show, and she was talking about they were filming in Hawaii, and there were these rocks that were sacred rocks.
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Oh, sacred Hawaii.
And
rock.
she, like, they were told not to touch them, but she discovered they were really good for scratching her butt, and her butt needed scratching for some particular reason. And at some point, she was using them to scratch her butt, these sacred rocks to scratch her butt, and knocked one of them down a hill and almost crushed a sound guy. And the entire time, Chris Pratt, like, he's kind of got his expression is just one of those fixed expressions of, okay, I am outwardly smiling, but inwardly I'm asking, why the fuck are you telling this story publicly?
Yeah.
This is not going to go well for you.
That's what a lot of this YouTube video of them slinging insults is. It's like very personal. It's like awkward at that point.
If I was going to sling an insult at someone, I'd cast it in iron.
Ironclad insults.
Heavy iron.
Heavy iron.
Have you heard of the rods from God?
Rods from God. Sounds like something out The Omen.
I just pictured Rod Stewart. Like,
No, it's basically
Rod Stewart meets Cliff Richard.
after one of the like Star Wars program things was basically they sat there and went, we don't need to put nukes into space. We just need to put an aerodynamically weighted titanium rod that you just sort of drop. And when it hits the Earth, there's enough kinetic energy that it is the strength of a nuclear bomb.
Yes.
So you could cast your insult, take it into
titanium.
space, and be like, where is he?
Nuke someone with
There.
your mum!
What's that thing?
Wait,
What's that thing
a
in the air?
perfect time joke. It's like, wait for it.
Wait for it. Wait. Just on the phone. Is it there yet? Can you see anything? Look up. What's that?
Nickelback are shit. Boom! I love
We need a camera on this podcast.
We need to do a live stream at some point.
360 camera in the
What
middle.
I'd like to point out is the fact that none of us said no to going to Mars. We're all very... Because the question was, would you go to
Oh, hell
do the
yes.
one-way trip? And we all said yes.
Yes, definitely.
If I had the opportunity to go into space, I would take it.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely,
I would,
for sure.
of
Absolutely.
course.
I wouldn't mind if it was my death sentence, to be honest.
I
I'd
think-
still do it.
I think my answer's going to be...
What, turning Mars into a prison colony?
Or even if it's like, you get shot to Mars, but there's no landing pod.
Oh, shit, there's
That's fine. I will do that. Fucking hell, I would do that.
Oh, well, I mean, if that's the case, then the person I'm taking to Mars for me is Trump.
Oh, here we go again.
Well, no, okay, so this is...
Oh my god, they're firing you at Mars so that you become the red splotch for them to aim at later.
So, I mean, this is kind of sort of part callback. I mentioned.
Your adventurer's bag and Trump.
Just get them out of people's hair. But also, as an answer I didn't provide to the choosing your method of death or your means of death is I was going down the route of comfortable minimum cleanup, but also there's the dickhead part of me that was like, I'll take a messy one if it's a noble sacrifice, and if that noble sacrifice is being fired into Mars with Donald Trump, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Is there no one you would choose over Donald Trump?
Mike Pence.
Yes. Yeah. Actually,
sorry.
Or Steve Bannon.
Yeah. Basically, I would like to take all of Trump's behind people because he's more.
He's a mouth.
The face of
puppet.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it. But
by the way, if you want to see Theresa May get beat up, go to Howitzerbug YouTube channel and watch my latest Blood Bowl game. It's brilliant.
Oh yeah!
Sneaky plug number 3.
Sneaky plugs.
Sweet. Shall we have one from the hot pot? Chris,
Hot pot.
Please.
Let's have a look.
One from the host.
What have we got? It is a piece of paper in my hand. And
Sorry,
it
I've just
says-
realised, actually, Dom, you've just had 2 topics in a row where you've been a host and a community member.
How do we...
Hot topic first, ladies and gentlemen.
How do we... what's the word?
Change that?
Basically, it means that, as you said earlier, Dom, I need to go through at the community special episode next time and remove all your topics from the fucking community bot and put them in the host bot. Which means, guys, get submitting.
We need to dilute the Dom.
Because you've got 3 issues to get some topics in that fucking pot, because otherwise it's going to be empty.
This is gonna kill the mood. Okay, so Beth says,
Hello, Beth.
how we cope with death or the process of funerals. We don't.
Okay, so
On a serious note, put in your will exactly what you want.
Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
Preferably do it through a professional.
Or at least talk to your next of kin and say, this
tell
is
them-
exactly what I want.
Because funeral companies are there to make money.
Yeah.
This is on a serious. So they will sit there and go so Taz, it's sad that Granny
Tom passed away.
the Tom has passed away, choking on a G-string.
Only at weekends.
But yeah, it's a shame that he's died. But you know that Tom would want the golden gilded Ferrari super casket.
No, to be fair, if he was my next of kin, I want an expensive fucking funeral just to fuck him over.
Basically, you have to remortgage your house. Signed, Tom. But yeah, they're designed to play on your...
Which is why I would feel sorry for them if they ever have to deal with me, because my approach to death is now I've recently discovered is not a lot of people go the way I do. I just sort of I accept. It's we're all gonna die. That's fine. The real trauma comes from it is when you don't accept that that's the fact. And you need to accept that as that's what makes life important. You've only got so much time, so you've got to use it well. Yeah. And then it's done. You miss them, sure, but their absence is just something to accept. So if I'm faced with a funeral company and if they try the hard sell, they are not going to have any fun with me whatsoever.
Motherfucker, today I've seen you dealing with someone knocking on your doorstep for a charity.
I heard. I was told about this.
So just before we started recording, we were expecting Dom and Chris to turn up to our front door. So we were both at the door at the same time. So we opened it together, and this charity guy stood there with 2 people to deal with now in a really bad situation. It's like, I'm trying to collect money for some kind of helicopter. I wasn't really listening.
Yeah.
And halfway through, I went, Yeah, no, not for me. And walked upstairs, and Taz has stood there for another like minute or two, listening to them.
I would, yeah.
Now,
I mean,
Tom, why aren't they on the podcast?
You look like a dude, to be fair. You look quite cool.
Like, you could have persuaded them to come and be on the podcast just to see if.
But saying just deal with it.
yeah. I mean, the two things are unrelated.
No, what I'm saying is basically you can't tell a stranger to fuck off and just deal with it.
Well, okay, so in that situation, I'm dealing with a person who's doing a job, and I don't want to like prick them off. I wait for the opportune moment to go, yeah, no, sorry, not interested. And
No,
then,
see,
and then
I
close
look at it the
door.
other way when it comes to those sorts of people. You tell them
And
to stop wasting their time.
Yes,
Tell them
yeah,
quickly.
you are right. I should do that. But when it comes to like a funeral, when it comes to like someone going hard sell on me, no. I'm just.
What was that? Was it Mitchell and Webb? It's like, I'll chuck them in a bag, put them in a bin bag, and drop them in the river. That's like, it's like really cheap funeral directors. Like, oh yeah, we'll put them in a bag.
But yeah, I mean, I suppose with death, it's just like it's going to happen. Like, and just so long as you understand that.
I don't think that really helps with dealing with, like, for example, if we're talking about having lost someone. Even if you understand that, it doesn't help.
The day I have to deal with my fucking parents' death is not going to be good.
No.
Either of mine.
I mean, it will. So my
It's not-
parents dying,
well,
or
actually, no.
a friend or a
To be
close
fair,
family member.
I know exactly how it's going to go. I'm going to be strong, and I'm going to have to make sure Beth's okay.
Yeah.
My sister.
No, that's
So-
the thing. It's like you're just waiting. It's one of those things. You get that phone call, and it's just like, "We need you to come home," and it's sort of like, and I've sort of played that scenario through my head. It's just like, I would literally, even if I'm on a job, I'd go to the boss and just go like, explain to him and be like, "I'm leaving. I have to drive my sister home."
Oh, everyone would understand at that point.
Yeah,
Jesus
I'd be like,
Christ.
"I'm leaving. I'm sorry," and just like put my tools in a corner if I've got tools, and go like, "I'll collect them in a week, or I'll send a van or post them to me."
Oh, fuck everything at that point.
Yeah,
Like,
and
it's
I'll
not
just
important.
go, and that would be it.
I think I would want to make it easy on everyone around me by preferably making all the arrangements beforehand, where as far as possible.
Of your own death.
For
you're
my
talking
own
about.
death. This is coming from because I wrote my well, I think it's still actually I need to amend it, but I wrote my will when I was 21.
Dude,
And
you thought you were going to party fucking hard, didn't you?
I don't know, but
When I die,
it's just so I don't
turn me into a
want,
board game.
I don't want anyone to have to sort shit out.
There
I
you go,
want
Dom.
it
That's
to be
another one for
done.
the list, by the way.
So
Yeah.
Turn him into a ball game.
I want it to be done, so they haven't got to worry about anything. You know,
That's
then they can just deal with what they need to deal with.
they can
If there's people around that care.
I mean, how easy can you make it? It's,
They can
so
deal with
when
the
you
grief.
when
Well,
you
no,
die, when you die, you just sort of leave a message, or you know, in your will, you say to your next of kin, whoever's going to sort it out, just say, call these people and just say the phrase, Directive 616.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fantastic. We'll get right on that. We'll be back with you with dates. Money's already sorted.
Yeah,
Everything's already
that's
sorted.
mainly the,
we
where
just
it comes from.
we
isn't
just
it? You
need to
sort the money.
quibble the dates, and then they don't have to worry about a single fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a pretty cool idea.
but I suppose the flip side of that would be people like something to help them.
well,
like, take them
this
like,
this
they've
is the
got something
thing
to do.
This is the thing I've noticed. There have been a couple of deaths recently, and I've seen the process of having to sort that shit out.
Yeah.
Is actually a kind of a boon to those whom it's closest to. So I don't know. Like maybe that is best left for the living.
I think I probably speak for everyone living. Don't cope with death well.
No,
no.
I don't think you can. Even if you're really prepared for it, no matter how long you've got, you know it's coming. You prepare yourself. You say
still
what you need
going
to
to
say.
be shit.
It's still going to be shit.
Everyone's sat around this table, I imagine is quite the same. It's just like, you deal with it the British way, which is make fun of it
Yeah,
and be supportive to everyone else who's struggling.
yeah,
Yes.
pretty much. Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be said. I mean, so the last death that happened in my life was just start of last year. It was my aunt Bernie died. cantankerous old soul. She was supposed to move
Fucking
down.
ledge.
Yeah. Oh, absolute legend.
Fucking love that woman.
But it'd been a process of Mum convincing Bernie to move down to Hastings with her.
Yeah.
And on the day she was supposed to move down, that's when she died. And it was one of those things. It's like the second I heard it, and it's like, okay, sort of gathering my shit together, and I just thought back to like all the effort and how cantankerous she'd been about it. It's like how stubborn, and I was just like, I couldn't help but laugh.
Yeah,
I couldn't help but laugh. It's like, I'm not going to do it. I will die instead. And when I was there, it was something that I felt actually really helped with the process was because I got over to the house where Mum and Darren were.
Yeah.
And, so the ambulance...
Darren being Bernie's
son. Yes. And the ambulance hadn't arrived. Yeah, no, I think the police were there by the time I got there, because, the police always need to...
yeah.
Especially seeing as Daz has so many weapons in the house.
Just like being in the presence of them actually dead. I think that's actually a great help. Because like there's no way of not accepting it at that point. It's just like, yep, no, that's a dead person.
That's the shell.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's left behind.
And also, I mean, particularly for that one, I kind of held on to it for a while, but I waited until the drive back to my place from her place, where I've got Mum and Darren in the car, and I was just, the thing that really struck me is. Like being in the presence of a dead body, of something you're used to being active and mobile and behaving in a certain way, plays a lot of really odd tricks on you. And in this particular case, the way that Bernie, she went quietly, but the way that she was, like she was sort of slumped back in her comfortable position. It's her favourite chairs where she always sat, and her head was tilted back to the side, mouth slightly open, and out the corner of my eye, every time it caught me, I kept seeing her move a little bit because
creepy.
No, it's not creepy. It's ridiculous, is what it is, right. And I think it's just basically like the brain just filling in like what it expects next.
Yeah.
And the pose that she was in was as though she was about to go, feck off!
Yeah! That's that woman through and through. Fucking hell.
So, yeah, I mean, that was great. And I think at this point, like, I kind of understand the open casket thing now. Like, just being in the presence, seeing them.
Yeah.
I just going, okay, there
that
are
bit
the
closure.
remains. Yeah, absolutely. And it really, it helps with the acceptance of it all. So that's my answer. See their corpse.
Cope with it.
No, I can understand that. That makes sense.
So, one from El Community.
A community.
That's you.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Sorry, I was just checking the
Lean
time.
in, Taz.
I was just checking the time.
We've got like another half an hour.
Yay!
Sorry,
windy?
listeners.
Okay. Oh, we got another one from Rickard.
Hello, Rickard.
You're right, dude.
Vaping sick clouds, yo.
We've already had that, haven't we?
We've had
What, vaping what?
Is it a printed
yeah.
one?
It is printed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've definitely already had that one.
we've definitely done vaping before.
No,
but I think
we've had that exact topic before.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I'll get another one then.
I remember we did one about why vaping was less acceptable in public. That was quite.
I've just listened to that episode today.
Oh, hello. We got one. Oh, so this has been in for a while because it is written out and thing. So here's one from Dave Vincent.
Hello, Dave.
Not from.
Morbid Angel.
Thank you.
You couldn't remember the band then?
No, I couldn't at all.
yourself
Who
across.
you admire most in the world, and what are the qualities that you admire about them?
Oh wow.
Oh, that's
My girlfriend and her tits. No,
That's a given.
I mean brain.
yeah. No, okay. That is actually really difficult. Because I don't know that I do a lot of admiration.
That's
No,
a very
same.
difficult topic, Dave.
No, same. Is that a bit like sort of like who are your heroes?
No, it's different. Because hero worship is something very slightly different to admiration.
No, I know I don't do hero worship, but it's a similar the thought behind it.
Yeah.
I had one today that was basically looking at my parents, and they've got money to spend and all that kind of stuff, and they're both retired at this point, although kind of doing odd jobs and stuff because they're still massively active. But going, you've got your shit together, you've put 2 kids through life and got them to adulthood, and then you're turning to me and going, oh yeah, you know that play you want to see? I'll pay for it. How the fuck are you doing that? I'm living paycheck to paycheck at this point. Yeah. Like, how the hell
well done.
have you got this shit together?
Life.
You have a proper pension. Something I need to fucking sort out.
I was about to say, how the fuck are you only living paycheck to paycheck? But then I've seen your spending habits.
Yeah. I just bought a bit for 60 quid on eBay. Asleep.
For a bit.
It's not paid. I'm much more comfortable than I've ever been at this point. However, like the idea of I haven't got my shit together for the future. And then every time I see them, it's like, you guys have no income and you're still living in comfort.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, having a house helps.
Yeah, saying their house would have been paid off.
To be fair, I'm going to circumnavigate that by just living in a shipping container when I'm older. I know, you laugh. That's exactly mine and Rita's plan, is to live in shipping containers.
Converted into one that's no longer in use.
I'm going to suggest...
No, fuck it. Tour the seas. Let's go.
I was going to suggest some books now. So there's the 2 Shelter books, Shelter and Shelter 2. Any of the tiny house books, there are...
Oh, I love the tiny house stuff, yeah.
It's like, I'm like you, it's just like one of my secret ultimate goals. Well, not really secret now.
Skip the property market bullshit.
Yeah.
Just go, I've got a house, fuck all you. It's so much cooler than what you're living in.
It's literally, basically want to buy a plot of land somewhere like in Canada or America.
Yeah.
Or,
I was going to say, America do that, don't they? They all build their own houses.
Because they're allowed wood frame buildings. You're not allowed that in this fucking country because of fire issues. No, it's so hard to get planning permission if you've got a wood frame building in this country. It's really hard. My parents have tried this.
But yeah, there's a goal of basically build my tiny house in England. And like, if it's in America, drive it to...
Oh yeah, they drive houses.
Literally, drive my tiny house
highway,
like through Europe, through Russia, like to that point in Siberia where you can hop on a boat to Alaska.
Oh yeah,
and then just drive it to where I want to put it on my plot of land, set it up, and then if I need to build an extension, I just sort of go, all right, buy the timber, whack up I need a second story. There we go. And
like The Sims. There you go. Add that. Done.
Yeah, like The Sims or like the Winchester house. It's just that. Yeah. Just building a house from like this tiny, and then in like 100 years when they're sort of dissecting this house and they just find this chassis and they go like, why is there a chassis in the middle of this building?
Yeah, that'd be good.
I think I've got to say Heather.
Okay.
I do. I admire Heather on multiple levels.
Putting up with your bullshit.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much like the number one reason. Like
Heather being your partner for new listeners.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, just her ability just to put up my bullshit. Also, the fact that we can operate as a couple in fashions that don't seem particularly typical. And it's just. I just admire the way that, and also the fact, it's so rare that I can have someone in my life and be around them and not have them be particularly draining to me.
Oh, absolutely.
People wear me the fuck out more so than anything. It's the hardest part of my job is that there's always lots of people, and you know that's what really takes it out of me. And Heather isn't a minus when it comes to that, and that's that's something I quite admire in her. That she just she fits me, and apparently I fit her as well. And yeah, that's awesome. I fucking adore that.
It's good to know about your sex life.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, we've vaguely done this topic before. I seem to remember
Remind
saying
me the exact
FKA
wording of
twig.
this topic, because
So,
I think there might be some nuance to this
Who
I'm
do you
missing.
admire and why? I think was the exact wording.
Well, I've written down admire and why, but
who you admire most in the world, and what are the qualities that you admire? About
that's
them?
it. The qualities.
Yeah. So I mean,
yeah, with Heather, that makes sense. Yeah.
I wouldn't say I admire any particular person, but there are sort of qualities you admire. Like,
I was going to say astronauts like Chris Hadfield.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's literally because they've got that weird mindset that they know that every time they go into space, they could die. And it's happened a few times with like the Challenger and the Columbia. And it is that thing of this, like, they've been trained completely, like the amount of training they've done, that they're just fine with it. They're just like, well,
is that admirable? Is that not just being
brave.
trained?
It's brave.
It's brave, though.
there's-
No, I'm
there's a
not.
point where
I'm
it-
taking a devil's advocate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So
being strapped.
I-
you being trained into a certain mindset.
I might counter that with saying there's probably not a whole lot. There aren't many personalities. Like, it requires something special in someone to accept and receive that training, and to act on it.
And to know if everything went fucking wrong, that's exactly the place they'd be. In a coffin.
About to say,
Or
not,
disappeared like half the Russian
not-
cosmonauts.
Not even that.
exist.
They're
To make it less deep, person I admire is J.P. Anderson. He's one of my heroes. He is a musician from the band Rabbit Junk and Shiz It and all this kind of stuff. Every single song he puts out, I fucking love. His voice is perfect. He's one of the few guys I can listen to and go pitch screaming, note perfect.
wow.
And never get bored of listening to his new output.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've got to make a special mention. They're perhaps not the people I admire the most in the world, but a special mention for Jerry Holkins and Microholic and Kevin Smith.
Okay.
Because so with Jerry Holkins and Microholic, what they did is they started a webcomic, Penny Arcade,
Yep.
a long time ago. They've now got a fucking empire.
Yeah.
With no little thanks to Robert Koo.
Yeah.
And it's the same with Kevin Smith. He is a director, but he's created.
They've made a life for themselves doing the thing they fucking love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't help but admire
And
that.
actually made a legacy for anyone that follows them.
It's find what you love and then figure out how you make money out of it.
But then also took it to the next level where they've like, especially in the guys with the Penny Arcade thing, it's just like, these guys have basically set up their I'm guessing millionaires at this point. They've definitely made a lot of money. They're very fucking comfortable.
Yes.
Their kids are set up. If they carry on in their footsteps, they've got it sorted.
I mean, part of their living is playing Dungeons and Dragons.
And it's the best part of their fucking
phenomenal.
living,
Yes,
as far
it
as I'm
is, to be
concerned.
fair, yeah.
Acquisitions Incorporated, very good fucking series.
But yeah, so
Good shout, dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, although I don't listen to Kevin Smith's podcast stuff very often, I occasionally find I have to go back to it, even if I'm not going to particularly enjoy it as much as I used to. It's just good to listen to and just kind of be part of that. Yeah, like, you've done something really special here and you've done it really fucking well. And yeah, there's no reason why I can't, other than I keep talking myself out of shit.
Yeah.
So, Dom, you got one from the Hot Pot?
I do have one from Hot Pot. It's a short one, and it's anonymous.
Anonymous.
If I'm reading this correctly, it just says floating living statues.
Yeah, this is one of mine. So, okay, so we all know like the living statues, the kind of the street.
Oh, I now
performing.
know exactly what you
Oh,
mean.
the ones holding a stick.
We
Yeah.
did have a massive grief
We've done
about
these
this before.
Yeah.
Oh, have we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you led that.
Oh shit! I'm really sorry. I completely forgot.
But
did I talk about? I mean,
obviously Taz hasn't got it out of his system.
I do
yet.
not have it out of my fucking system.
I have to admit, until I was explained how they did it, I didn't have a clue. I was actually.
See, basically, what you
I think
need
it's
to do.
actually
Okay,
issue
well,
39
wait.
if you want to go back and listen to it.
Wait, okay,
If you want, basically, buy a cheap battery grinder, put a little disc on it, walk up to them, and just cut the magical stick they're holding, and watch them panic as you cut through it, and then fall over.
So what we're talking about here is street performers, listeners, that appear to be floating in midair.
Yeah. Yes.
Because they're stood on a massive piece of sheet metal with a big bar coming out of it that
it
is
goes
a
down
seat
to
for them.
Yeah, an
a piece of
elaborate
sheet on the floor.
It's not street performing; it's sitting there.
Yes.
It's
and
also they've actually pushed out all the. It looks like they're like a whole cabal because you've got the same, like in Covent Garden and Trafalgar Square, you've got the same like Yoda and Troll, Golden Troll, and stuff. It's like a little group of guys.
Well, so here's what I've learned recently. I would not advise going up to them and cutting the pole with an ankle grinder because these guys are. They're not like gangs, but they're all like
they're gonna fuck you
They're
up.
organised.
on any one spot. They're all part of the same crew, and apparently they get arrested quite a lot if someone else. And it turns out, for the most part, they're Albanian, and they control this pitch with their group. And if somebody else comes along, it causes a fight, and they get arrested quite often.
Yeah,
but-
I've seen that.
So, okay, actually, I'm glad this has come up before because I've got a chance to talk to Chris about it. Now, I don't understand how you can look at it and not immediately see what's going on.
How would I? Coming from a completely outside, I understand you have a background in theatre and you see behind the scenes how things are done. If I'm walking down the road and I see a guy floating, how do I explain?
But it's obvious that
They never
it's
move
not.
their
It
left
takes-
hand.
No, but
Is it not?
well,
is it not
it's
obvious that the
immediately
pole
obvious.
extends up their sleeve?
No, it's not immediately obvious.
This isn't going to work on a audio medium, but I will draw.
No, I understand. I know I know how they do it. I've had it explained to me. However, from it's not immediately obvious to the layperson, because who don't think in that way. Yeah. You take it for granted. You assume that they just happen to be holding. It looks like part of the costume. That's how they do it. It's misdirection.
But the pole clearly extends up their sleeve.
No, I know. I'm not saying there's anything I'm not saying that I ever thought there was anything supernatural about it, but it's the mechanics. I couldn't grasp the mechanics of how they did it.
Oh, okay, fair. Yeah, fine, fair enough.
The prestige is that they're a clone, and
Oh, have you just spoiled it? No, I'm sure you haven't. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I love the idea that they're just happen to be sat or stood on big magnets floating above other big magnets. That would be even better.
Yeah, that would be.
if you could go out
phones
there,
and credit cards as you walk past.
Yeah, that's why the grown-ups keep falling over if they walk past him. Yeah.
if you could go out there, set up shop next to one of them, and then raise both your arms.
Yes.
So we talked about this before. Did I express my rage at people who don't just see how it works?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Then I think I've got nothing to talk about.
I hope I've given you a little.
Well done.
I hope I've given you a little insight as to what might be going through their minds.
Yeah. I suppose.
money,
I suppose so. And again, the only reason I brought it up is the other day. It was last week. I was walking through Trafalgar Square and I walked past a statue, and then I watched a German dude. Who I know only say because I only know he was German.
Was ist das?
Yeah, he exclaimed. But I watched him double take on it and be genuinely amazed. And every fucking day, I have to walk through Trafalgar Square and see cunts wave beneath them. And it's like,
See, Taz,
me!
As you work in theatre, I'm assuming you start late. What you need to do is build, or have me build, the rig that they have, and then set up next to them.
Undisguised.
It's an empty
But
rig.
just you in show blacks, just stood there going like, this is how it works, guys. This is exactly the living statue thing. Like,
Yes.
I've got the same thing as this guy here.
It's like that TV show that used to spoil all the magic tricks. What was it called?
Breaking
the Masked
the
Magician.
Yeah.
Breaking the
yes.
Magician's Code.
Yes.
Yeah. So do that, just
I
a
fucking
really
love that
shit
show.
version of it.
That would be so good.
And also, like,
Probably
working in
get
theatre.
beaten up by the Albanian.
Cartel.
Oh, well, no,
Yeah.
so
Let's
this is the
call
thing.
them a mafia.
This is the thing, because I do work in theatre, I know a lot of ugly cunts who are
Me too.
I need to do this. Can you just like I will buy you beers and a meal afterwards, but can we just like spend 4 hours?
Ring up.
I'm gonna do this. Can you just stand around and protect me from the Albanians?
Ring up the mutual crew company we work for.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Okay, I'm very sorry, I didn't realise we'd done that before. Shall we have another one?
Yep.
Absolutely. So it's one from
No,
me,
Pop.
isn't it? From Community?
Yep.
From the community.
From Sophie's chest.
Sophie's
It's a
chest.
fine chest. Isn't it?
It is a very fine chest.
All the lads think so. So this one's from Kai.
Hi, Kai.
Again.
My guy.
In which
Shall we have a high Kai?
All right. In which depiction of the afterlife would you choose to spend eternity?
Ooh.
Buddhism, is it? With reincarnation?
That was the first thing that popped
Yeah.
into my head, reincarnation.
I like the idea of working through species.
You get to have a go at being anything.
Yeah.
Has anyone seen fucking everything on PlayStation at the moment? PlayStation 4? The game?
It's called it's
called
called
everything.
everything, not fucking everything.
Yeah. Like, might as well.
That's a
very different game.
That you
Dear
can find
Lord.
on Brazzers.com.
That game is fantastic. Like, it's literally everything. You can be everything in the universe.
Okay.
At any point, at any time.
Tom.
That sounds perfect.
Tom, can I be a tree?
Yep.
I want to be a tree.
You can also move.
Can I be a drill?
And do you know what the
I
best
don't
thing...
want to move. I just want to stand there. As a tree.
The best
20
thing,
hours.
It's a bit of spoilers, but this is the first minute of the game. So the very beginning, you're just this beam of light and you go into an elk.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you're an elk. And you move. And you don't walk, you kind of roll.
Okay.
In 90-degree increments. So it's standing elk, face plant, on your back, on your ass, standing elk. You just do that loop. Go look it up, it's fucking fantastic. I really want to play that game so bad. Anyway, I'd like that to be my afterlife, to be honest. That sounds absolutely amazing.
What, just a rolling elk?
Yeah, no, it's the fact that you can be a rolling anything.
I'm not sure I know enough about different afterlives. I like the one where you end up, what is it, after all of history, you end up as one big entity, a unity. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, that's my mum's preferred state. The collective consciousness.
Yeah, that
sort of
sounds
thing.
quite interesting to me. It sounds
human
much better
courage.
than like eternally praising some being. That would get old quick.
I quite like the John Malkovich.
Oh, being
method.
John Malkovich
Yeah,
thing.
being John Malkovich version. There is a door somewhere that goes into someone's mind that at a certain age you just group up and
that would be
inhabit.
cool. Yeah, or like you when you die, you can become a god of your own world, of your own universe. That'd be cool.
See, when people talk about afterlife, I don't think they really consider tiredness at all. By the time you're done with life, I mean, I find life tiring.
Tiredness. Maybe you wake up after you're done with life. You're so tired, and then it's like a refreshment. You die. It's like, oh, there we go.
No, do you know what?
Better.
I'm all right with the void. Just give me the void. Just
nothing.
absolute.
No, but that's
nothing.
not
I don't
preferred,
like that.
is
I
it?
don't
That's
like
that's what's going to happen, but it's not
No
the
way.
preferred.
No, it is
Like,
in fact my preferred.
No, it's not. I think probably Judaism probably has it right, to be honest. Like, there's no hell.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but
You
again,
just go to the afterlife.
yeah, but that
No,
again, you have to praise God for eternity.
You don't have to.
You do have to.
I know plenty of Jews that don't even do that in life, mate.
I wouldn't be down with that. No.
How about I'll be Jesus. I'll just ascend and I'll be God. Fuck it.
Everyone gets a turn.
See, that's interesting.
It's the Monty Python.
It's like when you die, you get a turn at being the Messiah.
Yeah. You join a big queue. And then afterwards, all the ones that have done it just sit around the table having a discussion going, yeah, but mine was better because...
With the person with ticket number 18,02,365,265, you are now the Messiah.
Oh shit, it's Hitler.
Could you raise your hand, please? Okay, yes.
Achtung.
you at the back. Oh, no, it's your hat, sorry.
See, do you know what?
You're wearing a pointy white hat. You're very orange.
I would love to watch I would love to watch Hitler's turn as the Messiah. Because like the second he had consciousness, he would just go, "Oh shit, I am a Jew!"
Great. My fault, I fucked up.
I like the idea of like he sort of grows up. They go, I'm the Messiah, and then realizes what happens, rather than just he wakes up and then instantly goes, oh no, I'm a Jew.
I am the best. Oh shit!
It's sort of like
That's how it ends.
That Mitchell and Webb sketch where they're two German officers, and they're sitting there, and then Mitchell sort of looks at Webb and goes, wait, why have we got skulls on our helmets?
Are we the bad guys?
Are we the bad guys? Yeah, what's going on?
See, I mean, an afterlife isn't going to happen because it's absurd on so many levels. And also, I tend to find the idea of an afterlife is actually quite a dangerous idea because it means that people behave weirdly.
Yeah.
Because they think that's going to change their afterlife somehow, and that's problematic. But I don't think there's an afterlife, and I also think it's best to assume that there's no afterlife, and just live the best. So it's kind
of Captain, my captain.
So yeah, like if you just act as though there is no afterlife, and you've got to make the best of what you got. And then do find out there's an afterlife. Well, there's a bonus.
There's a bonus.
Well done.
Well, it helps encourage you to be nice to other people for a start.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically. I mean, my whole thinking on the subject is kind of an inversion on Pascal's wager. You'll know Pascal's wager, Tom.
It rings a bell, but I can't think.
Pascal's wager is
for the audience.
Yeah, and for the audience, Pascal's wager is he was a. I can't remember what he was. Old theologian.
Program.
No.
Yeah, he's like a philosopher almost.
Yeah, he was a theologian and philosopher, and his argument was that whether there is or isn't a God, you should act as though there is, so that like at least when you die,
edging your bets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The big criticism of this is that's not how religion works.
No, but
it's like you don't act in such a way. You don't pretend.
It's the way the morality works.
Well, yeah.
It's the fact that if you've pretended.
Yeah, but in certain religions like Catholicism, if you accept Jesus Christ, or if you accept God at the end of your life,
you're redeemed.
Yeah, you get.
Yeah, but with the thing is with Pascal,
that's the whole base of the fucking Dogma movie, isn't it?
The thing is with Pascal though, like you even if you think there's not, it's like you saying, "Oh, but there is," but. You can't subconsciously know. You can't consciously know there's not, but say there is. That doesn't count.
I still
you sort of have to trick yourself.
Yeah. And like the argument is that faith shouldn't be a gamble; it should be something you hold dear.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
the other problem is from like a more agnostic perspective is acting in favor of the gods may not be in favor of everyone else around you. My flip on it is if your wager is that there is no afterlife, then all you've got is to make the best of the life that you've got. And the best way you can do that is making your environment better. You know, you do things for people. You make just the world around you better as much as you can. Yeah. And then if it does turn out there's an afterlife, sweet. If not, well, you've left a wicked legacy. So,
All right.
Yeah.
So for my preferred afterlife, I'm going to be a blue glowy from Star Wars because I'll just turn up the end of every story arc and just go, "Wee, you're right, 2 thumbs up, done." Literally what I'll be there for.
So turning up at awkward situations.
Saying, "Look, turn off the computer, Luke. You're all right, mate."
Just if you show it, you're like that guy that tries to start the slow clap, and it's like, no, now's not the time. Go away. But it's like you're popping up as a blue glowy in the middle of someone having a shit. It's like, nah. Try come back later.
Oh man,
Blue glowies only ever showed up at points of celebration or points of like
Importance.
personal like go for it. What's the word?
Yeah,
like trying to big someone up. Go for it. Inspiration. There we go. So just saying like, all right, well done, you did a good job, or go on, do a good job.
yeah.
All right.
But
That
also,
still works if they're having a shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely, yeah. So-
Well done. Go on, do it.
Go on, do it. You
Push
can
that
do
dookie
this.
out.
You've
can do
destroyed
this.
that porcelain. Excellent job.
You feel like you're gonna
I
die,
can do
but you
this.
you
I shot one Pratt's from over 20 metres.
One day a man will have to use a teaspoon,
Dig through your blue roll shit.
dig through the strata.
I could have used a blue glowy right there. Blue glowy right there. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Well done. You've done good work.
You should have used the force.
Have you now got a blue glowy like teaspoon that follows you everywhere?
Oh shit! Is that teaspoon now my spirit animal?
Yeah. When you're having a tough time, it's like, look at the shit you've got through before.
Literally.
Although sometimes trolls you sort of go through, it's just sat in a drawer and it's just like, oh, it's not actually a real
This is a
teaspoon.
reference to a past
Yeah, this
issue.
is new
Just
listeners fucked.
Cool. I think Tom, I think we might be done.
We
Next
are
topic.
exactly 1 minute over the 2 hour mark.
Yay!
Actually finish. So,
Plugs.
yeah, does anyone have anything to plug?
Fuck it, I'll do my usual plug when I've got nothing particular that's actually good to plug. But yeah, I've got a book out on Amazon. It's called Walking Out by Taryn Wilmore. You can find it with a simple search on Amazon. You will need a Kindle, which you can get on any device. And then, because I have to say it every single time, there's also a Facebook page, even though I haven't updated it in we got to be talking
I'm
a year and a
Taryn,
half now.
I can't type something, I'm a writer.
But yeah, you go find my Facebook page at facebook.com/Taryn Wilmore Books. That's TARANWILMRE. Books! Hooks.
Yeah, books.
Cooks. Taryn Wilmore Cooks. It's a new series on YouTube on the
I have to say-
Howitzerbug Channel.
It is a very good book. I finished it recently and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's
I
a
have to
very
finish-
nice writing style that's quite unusual as well. I think you'll enjoy
I have to
Yeah, that's
finish it,
quite
but
cool.
it is a really good book.
Yay!
It's annoying we have to be nice to that dickhead.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Anyway, anyone
Just
else?
once in a while is all I need.
Who else has got something to
All right.
plug?
As said previously, if you want something made, I will make it for you. Contact me via my Instagram page, Sneak Dante. You can see what I build on that.
It's all very impressive.
Yeah. And yeah, contact me if you need anything made. And yeah.
Like anything,
Like,
even if
literally
it's
anything.
literally anything,
Literally.
even if it is a 20-sided dice made out of compressed Katie Hopkins output, he'll make
Or
it.
a solid bronze middle finger that you can haul
Just throw out
out
the
of
window.
your car window
Yeah.
at drivers that have pissed you off.
Yeah,
There you go, Chris.
I've got 2. So obviously I'm going to plug my YouTube channel, Howitzerbug. Go have a look for some gamey funness. I do a lot with Taz recently, especially Undertale and Blood Bowl.
Yep.
And also, a book I'm into recently, other than Taryn's book, obviously. I've really got into Lord Dunsany recently. He is an early 20th century writer. He's a contemporary of Lovecraft. If you like sort of crazy dream-like
Weird fiction.
weird fiction
Yeah.
stuff, give him a look. It's
Yeah, I
so
need to read
good.
some of his stuff.
So good. You get absorbed. I went on my trip to Sheffield. I got on the train, opened my book, realised I was at the stop. Apparently 2.5 hours had passed. I didn't even notice.
Oh, wow.
It's really absorbing.
Cool. Tom, what you got?
So I'm going to plug another podcast.
Oh,
I'm going to plug Sawbones podcast because I really enjoyed the most recent episode. So,
dude, what about the rule?
What?
There's the rule.
What's
The
the
rule?
rule?
Well, no, I mean, fuck the Maximum Fun guys. They get enough.
All right, yeah, Maximum Fun get enough fucking money and everything else. But this was really cool. So it was about Dr. James Barry, the first doctor to ever successfully carry out a C-section. He was a doctor in the 19th century. By successful C-section, I mean mother and child survived.
Yeah.
And also transgender.
Oh.
Which is really interesting to learn about because I didn't even fucking know that about James Barry, and I've actually heard of his name before. So basically,
What,
it's
female to
unsure.
male?
Yeah, it's unsure whether it was a fact that he and associated himself with the male gender, or whether it was just to get a leg up in the medical field
right.
and actually
Yeah,
get
yeah.
educated. Especially in like 19th century Edinburgh at that point. So very interesting story. So go and listen to the most recent episode of Sawbones. It's fucking incredible.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check it out. I haven't
been.
listened to the Sawbones yet.
Sawbones is fantastic. It's a podcast about misguided medical history.
Which brother is it Justin or Travis?
Justin.
It's
Justin
Justin. Okay,
McElroy
cool.
and his wife,
When
who's
you're
a doctor.
saying
Misguided. So basically, like,
because there
was
is
drilling
the,
a hole in people's head to release the demons and things like that. And
So not the one
Trepanning.
trepanning, thank you.
where, or is it something like a 300% mortality rate, where a surgeon was.
There's brilliant things in this, but they did a whole episode based on like apple cider vinegar. Like they did some really cool shit.
Wow. Well, the magic of apple cider vinegar for every cure-all.
They have a saying: "Cure-all cures nothing."
Yes.
It's an ongoing joke. So yeah,
Would you say they're slightly sceptical then?
no, they're realists. They're not skeptical. They're science. They have a
They said
basic
they're true.
understanding of science. One of them's a doctor.
Fair enough.
Yeah, cool. Right, cue music, I guess then.
Yeah. Read us out.
So you want to remind me, because last issue we didn't do the fucking Orangafruüp thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, did we not? Okay,
No.
cool.
So,
Just,
all right, just remember that then.
What's that?
To plug the fact we're using Orangafruüp's music. We forgot to say that last issue. Cool.
First, I should mention, I think they're what. One of them's married to my sister, the other one's dating my cousin, so...
Okay.
So essentially, yeah, go listen to their music, because it's actually okay.
Oh, there we go. Let's just do the plug up front then. Done.
There you go. I'm plugging Orangafruüp.
no, it's all right. I need to get this instilled. I need to get it instilled.
Just do it
we
now.
said.
Just do it now.
No, just do the readout. I'll put it in at the end.
Cool. Well, I'm going to do a short version anyway. Share and tell a friend is the only way we're going to get more listeners. Search Pot Topic Podcast online and you'll find us on Google and website and Instagram and Twitter and everything. Cut all that shit out. Hashtag Pot Topic Podcast on Instagram to get on our Instagram wall. Emails at Pot Topic Podcast to send us audio topics, please do. And anything you send we will read out as well. So, rate and review us on iTunes and Stitcher.
Oh, please do. Like the ratings do help.
Although, who gives a shit?
I do, Tom. I do.
Do you want to do some
what do I-
outro for?
Yeah, also, extra special thanks to Orangafruüp, that's Orangafruüp with 2 U's, for the use of their song Trippples with 3 P's. This is our theme tune, it's our intro and our outro music. You should go find Orangafruüp with 2 U's album. The album is Orangafruüp, self-titled, again, 2 U's. You can find it on Bandcamp. Also, just find it through their website. Just do a good old search for them. Enjoy it because it's a fucking corker of an album. And with that,
Absolutely.
I think we may be done, guys.
Thank you all, hosts, for joining me this evening, and thank you all, of course, for listening. Can I get a Boshti motherfucking kebab?
Boshti kebab!
Come on.
Boshti kebab. still got the two connector ports. Just have it almost.
Yeah.
Turn it into a dedicated.
Yeah.
You've got like the micro, whatever they did, the Nintendo Mini, which had 50 games on.
Yeah, they've hacked the shit out of that already, haven't they?
Yeah. Although
90 you can get on it now without all the UI just crumbling.
But yeah, it was just, it's like, oh, and there's no opportunity to update it. You'll just have to buy a new system when they announced it. And everyone's, like, all the RetroPie people are just sitting there going like, what? Why?
Yeah. Are you fucking kidding me?
We can get all the ROMs.
Well, unfortunately, the people that don't know any better are going to go and waste their money.
Spend £100.
It's a slick piece of kit, that little Nintendo Mini.
I think it went up to a ridiculous amount that, like, because they did the whole thing of like, oh, we're only doing a limited amount of sales. Like, it produced that
artificially inflated its price. Yeah.
I might watch Cypher when I get home. Just shove it on while I'm chilling in bed.
I can't do that with hackers. I tried that once and ended up watching the whole film. I was like, oh, it's 3 a.m. I really should go to bed.
That film has its moments of absolute Hollywood trying to work out what a computer is, isn't it?
I've not actually seen it.
So
I'll have to see
fantastic.
that one. I've not seen it.
Does it feature the term hack into the mainframe?
No.
Ooh.
Oh,
No, it's
shit.
It's Hack the Gibson.
Hack the Gibson?
Yeah.
So-
So the mainframe is called a Gibson computer. It's like a supercomputer.
Right, okay.
I did something very stupid.
Hack the Gibson.
Did you hack into the mainframe?
No. What I did
You
was
invent HAL.
I was extremely
9000.
tired, and apparently I
Ordered.
something on eBay
Uh-oh.
from the States. Basically, I bought a bit.
Oh, I remember you telling me.
As in an
bit.
original, a 1-bit,
What I bought is a
a single bit.
single bit from an IBM 710 or
that's
a
amazing.
650 computer, mainframe computer. Basically, this is a valve tube, as in old computing.
That is literally 1 bit.
1 bit of storage, which is about that big. And it's very cool, and I'm very happy I've got it. However, it did cost me about 60 quid.
It's like a piece of history sort of thing.
Yeah,
Absolutely. No, this is the one collection I would like is
Bits of computer.
to have retro computing parts, because
Oh, you should get them in stage. You should have a bit and a meg.
I've even looked into trying maybe getting
BBC
hold of
computer.
like rotor from a computer's basically like Turing created, like the bomb, which he used to break the Enigma machine. Like, I really would like a rotor from that, and like a terabyte tape drive. Gigabyte tape drive and stuff like that, like from the 80s. Like, I'd love that old shit.
One of the things I'd really
However,
like...
I was tired, and I don't think I remember paying for it. So I know it's coming to me because I have paid for it. The money's left my account. I think I clicked on it to see how much it was with postage, and may have bought it by accident while I was half asleep.
Yeah.
Shit.
One of the things I would quite like a Curter mechanical calculator.
Those things are so cool. I saw that on
They're
Tested.
amazing, but they're so expensive. They're about £2,000.
So this is a calculator that works on gears and...
Yeah.
Oh, what, like the old,
cool.
the massive thing?
No,
no.
it's handheld.
It's literally this. It's sort
It's
of
like like
that big.
a pencil sharpener with a catcher thing. Like, it's a little tiny cup, size thing, like a large pill case sort of size.
But that's what the big thing was, wasn't it? It was the first computer.
This isn't that old. This is
calculator.
like early 80s, like
Yeah.
70s kind of tech.
This is a mechanical thing. It's got like a little.
It's like German
windy-
made or something. Isn't it?
Oh, cool.
But
It was made by some dude in a concentration camp, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
wow.
But no, it's so like you can do like really complex equations on it.
Yeah, no,
It's
but
not-
learning how to program it to give you the calculation is insane.
Yeah.
Because, like, say you wanted to multiply something by 100.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably do that in your head, to be fair, but all right. You have to set the figure for the first thing by pulling down these levers in the single units, tens, hundreds, thousands. Move these little switches. Then you've got to multiply it by hundreds. That means setting it to hundreds and then turning a crank once.
for one iteration.
For one iteration of 100.
Yeah. Right.
And then if you wanted to do, say, a Nelson, like 111, it would be set it to 100s, crank it once, set it to 10s, crank it once, set it to units, set and crank it once. It's so complicated, the programming you need to have in your brain to make this calculator work.
They're so pretty, though.
I mean,
They are amazing.
it almost feels like there's the opportunity to go like
the
go down the alley, sort of Christian relic type field. It's like, oh yeah, I've got 1 bit. I've got this old mechanical calculator. I've got one of Charles Babbage's teeth. And here, floating in this jar of alcohol, is Steve Jobs' tumor.
Yeah.
I think this is the one collection I'm going to actually make work.
Yeah, who's
Seems I've just
that
put
guy
all
that
this.
invented the internet?
Al Gore.
He's the guy who was at the Olympic ceremony
He was,
in a house. Sir Bernard Howe?
Bernard, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That sounds right.
So you could have like his finger, but he's still alive. But you've got his finger.
No.
Oh, that's even better.
Collecting famous people's body parts.
Steve Wozniak's nose.
No, his beard.
Bill Gates.
You collect Steve Wozniak's knee because it was Wozniak, but now it's not his knack. His knee, Wozniak. Something like that. Make the joke yourself, listeners. Bang on the
Are they listening to this?
Yeah, probably. This is an interesting conversation we're having after the fact we're not recording. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Bang it in the bloopers. Wicked.
Bang in the bloopers.
Should we? Does anyone else need to pee or anything, or should we just get on?
All right.
Wicked.
Let's just have a bit of silence. I'm going to take a quick pee break, if we may.
Pee break. Pee break. Pee break.
Very like 15 minutes.
Cool.
Not the kind of peas you eat because you don't want to eat that kind of peas.
Stretching.
Has he gone up to the toilet?
Probably. Exactly after what you just said.
I need to pee. Oh, me too.
John is.
I'm getting that whiskey again.
Yeah.
No, I've got a bottle of that at home that my friend.
I purely bought it on the back of a sip I had once. That was quite nice.
No, my friend gave
And
me.
I wrote it in my phone. I've got on my phone. I have a list of notes of stuff to look at or stuff that I've liked.
That one tastes similar. If you want to try Woodford.
Woodford.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can let it go.
Like they're both from the same area in Kentucky. An hour between each other.
What's that?
We were talking
Woodford,
about whiskies.
Woodford Reserve is from Versailles, Kentucky, whereas Bullet is from Lexington.
Right.
Both places I've been.
Oh, lovely.
It's one of those places. Like that's why I found Woodford. It was like I've got a friend who comes from Versailles, and yeah.
Versailles? Oh, is it? How's that spelled? Is it spelled like Versailles? And they just pronounce it Versailles because they're American.
Because they're American, yeah.
Fair enough.
But she's like, I keep sort of chatting to her, trying to sort of go, I'd like to buy an acre of land off your mum. Because if I have land in America, I can then just move there.
I mean, it's also quite fitting that the way Americans would pronounce Versailles sounds like for sale.
Yeah, Versailles. But
Where's
she
the
was telling
palace?
me,
Then
although I
what's
never
it?
got a chance to have a look, there was basically, in the town, there was an abandoned lot. Well, basically, where the old bank was, they demolished the bank, but couldn't get rid of the vault door. So literally, in the middle of this field,
door.
it's just this massive vault door. It's just like... But she was sort of explaining it to me. It's like, it's really... it's like
think of the Goon Show.
It's like a Victorian vault door, so it's all like really ornate castings and stuff.
Why couldn't they get rid of it?
It was just too heavy or something.
Oh, right. Okay, so they just left it up.
Yeah, it was like
Is that the acre of land you want to buy? Like, maybe build around the vault
build
door.
around the door.
Build
to my
around the door.
house.
Or build it into your house so it's like your front door.
Let me just open the door. Oh, shit, I've forgotten the combination. Hang on, guys.
Have a stethoscope.
I don't have a key, I have a stethoscope.
Who's going to break into your house? Well, if they know the combination, it's fucking difficult.
Or, Windows.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, you've got a vault door for your front door, but you keep leaving the window open.